Good morning, everyone. Monday. I know. Monday. Let's get this show going. It's that daytime true crime. Oh, shoot, I'm not on camera. Oops, there we go. It's that daytime true crime. So we'll be covering breaking news, other cases as well, since it's not necessarily a dedicated show, but we are going to be talking a lot about Idaho 4 and Delphi. We'll be going out to Delphi on Thursday. We did take a trip out there a couple weeks ago, and let me share that with you. Where the hell did it go? There it is. So this was our live on location trip. We went to all the different spots. The court hearing is on Thursday, so I'll be going up for that. I'm going to try and make it for that walk that they have on Saturday. Trying to figure out what's going on with the people that need to do stuff for the fire. Trying to figure out this trip to Moscow, so really going to try and make it. Definitely be up there Thursday. We'll be getting more footage for you. Got a new addition to the gear, so we'll be getting some footage for you that will be able to be transferred and all that good stuff. So it'll be exciting. We'll be meeting up with some other content creators again, and we'll go explore. And then I'll be back home for a night show, and we'll talk about it at night. So good morning, everybody. Let me turn this down just a skosh. And we'll go ahead and say what's up. What's up, Skittles? What's up, Dakota Parker? Thank you for hopping in. Brandy Wine, thank you. Crystal, good morning. Oh, is it raining? That's a bummer. Good morning, Katrina. Look at that beautiful heart. What's up, Hugh? Thank you for hopping in. It's early. Thin Mint, what's up? I love Thin Mint cookies. They're so good. Macadamia nut, too. It's because I didn't get breakfast. I usually don't eat breakfast, though. So, that sounds good. I have not had a drink of my coffee yet. Yum. Good morning, Coach. Thank you for hopping in, sir. Appreciate you, and thank you so much for hopping on the show. Speaking of another show, let me share the one that we had Coach and Silky on. Loved having him on. Great conversation. This was just from earlier last week. We had Coach and Silky on. Thank you. Appreciate you. And if you would like to join the show, the panel on Thursday, Coach, please do, and I'll be out there. You're more than welcome, and also you can stream it to your platform as well. Let me see, because it's as much your content as it is mine if you're on my show. All right. A lot of stuff to talk about. And if you're available, Coach, let me know. I'll send you a panel invite, buddy. All right, give me 1 second. We're going to get into something here real quick. And then there was this Patrick Westfall call with the Delphi case. Now, there's some leaked evidence could lead to his defense team being removed in a delay of trial. That's crazy. The police did not confirm or deny, but oh, wow. So this is Fox 59. Let me share this with you real quick. All right, it says, This is a Fox 59 article. Here is the link for it. Yeah, I can't wait for Thursday. All right, this says, here is the article. It says, Delphi, Indiana. Let me get rid of this. An investigation by the Murder Sheet podcast, certain elements of which have been confirmed by Fox 59, indicates an alleged leak of sensitive crime scene evidence by Richard Allen's defense team that could derail the early 2024 trial of the man accused of unaliving two girls in Delphi nearly 7 years ago. This past Thursday, Special Judge Fran Gohl of Allen County issued an order for a hearing on October 19th, which is Thursday. That's where we'll be going. In her Fort Wayne courtroom suite to discuss the upcoming hearing on October 31st, 2023, and other matters which have recently arisen. Those only matters most likely include the revelation that a handful of Delphi crime scene evidence items have been circulated among the social media community that is focused on the crimes of Abby and Libby near the Monon High Bridge on February 13th, 2017. It was just a year ago that Richard Allen was arrested and charged with the crime. Allen's attorneys, Andrew Baldwin of Franklin and Bradley Rosie of Logansport, first earned the ear of Judge Gohl last December when, just weeks after their appointments, the team released a 3-page press release blasting the case against their client. In response, Judge Gohl issued a gag order on all parties, assuring that Allen's guilt or innocence would be debated in a Carroll County courtroom and not in the media. Then, this past spring, an inadvertent link of discovery evidence popped up on social media, and Allen's attorneys took responsibility for the mistake, resulting in an abomination from the court to more carefully guard the state's discovery documents. September was marked by a flurry of defense filings claiming the state had withheld evidence and misled the original judge in seeking a search warrant for Allen's home while trotting out a theory that cultists could have committed the crime. Those filings drew a sharp rebuke from Carroll County prosecutor Nicholas McClelland, who decried what he referred to as the sensationalistic and unsubstantiated claims. I'm sorry, it's early. Even as investigators were forced to retrace their steps, conduct follow-up interviews with sources, and comply with massive discovery demands. Now it appears that over the last month, social media discussions have centered around what would seem to be specific inside knowledge of the defense's team's strategy and evidence, as well as claims that certain crime scene evidence had been acquired, though not published. The Murder Sheet podcasters Kevin Greenlee and Ann Kane reported today and confirmed to Fox 59 that a social media source revealed to them the existence of those evidentiary items on October 5th. That tip led the podcasters to confirm the identities of persons associated with the leaked information. One of those persons identified as reportedly a former professional associate of Baldwin's? What? Now, there was a lot of names in those documents. Oh my gosh, there was a lot of names. A lot of names. A lot of accusations. A lot of names. Yikes. Dangerous. Man, I tell you right now, if this fucks up cases in the future where the defense is not going to get all of the discovery because of something like this, that's dangerous. Because then how do you get a fair trial? Each side should have the same amount of cards in the same amount of card game. It's only fair. If you're trying to be fair. Facebook messages reviewed by Fox 59 contained discussions by two other people, a man from Hamilton County who reportedly received the information from the former Baldwin associate, and a Texas man with whom he shared that information. In those messages, Indiana participant writes, "Defense just got girls' phone records, and they are saying there is stuff good for Rick." In another message from earlier this month, the Facebook author writes he is supposed to go to Franklin during the upcoming weekend and that he just wants a fair fight for the defense while blasting the prosecution. That was followed up by a handful of messages from October 5th as the same participant refers to my guy, and he's going to go be with Andy tonight. He was talking about me going down Saturday. There are also messages where the sender asks the recipient to, quote, protect me, unquote, in the release of evidentiary items as the two correspondents discuss how to best cover their tracks while referring presumably to an individual involved in the inadvertent leak of defense evidence last spring. Greenlee and Kane told Fox 59 that the Texas social media Delphi follower contacted them when he became aware of the explosive and sensitive nature of the leaked information and urged them to contact Indiana State Police investigators so as to not run afoul of the court's gag order, be cited for contempt of court, or be found in possession of illicitly obtained exclusive evidence. Wow. Following a conversation with investigators, the podcaster said that they then deleted the files from their electronic devices and posted a podcast update today detailing their involvement in the acquisition of the leaked information and the identification of the participants while calling upon the social media community to show restraint and not disseminate the evidence or discuss in detail. We're going to check that out. I want to see what that says. ISP reportedly launched its investigation into the leak early last week, which would have preceded Judge Gold's Thursday morning notice of an upcoming hearing to consider other matters which have recently arisen. Whoa, this is deeper than I thought. I'm going to go back to that in a second, right under the girl and the puppy. Fox 59 had learned that an individual named as one of the social media followers involved in the leak passed away unexpectedly this past week after investigators began their inquiry. Fox 59 has reached out to Allen's defense team for comment, which likely will not be forthcoming due to the gag order. Legal experts consulted by Fox 59 indicate that a leak of this nature, considering earlier orders from the judge, might result in either another warning from the bench or the dismissal of the attorneys and the appointment of a new legal team to represent Allen, and therefore almost certainly lead to a delay in his January 8th, 2024 trial date. Judge Gold is yet to rule on a request from the media for the presence of cameras in the courtroom during Allen's trial, or a motion by his attorneys to dismiss the search warrant that led investigators to the defendant's home last October, where detectives claim they found a weapon that matched the unspent bullet reportedly found at the crime scene. Fox 59 has learned that an individual named as one of the social media followers involved in the leak passed away after investigators began their inquiry. What the fuck? There are also messages where the sender asks the recipient to protect me in the release of evidentiary items as Greenlee and Kane told Fox 59 that the Texas social media Delphi follower contacted them when he became aware of the explosive and sensitive nature of the leaked information. There are also messages where the sender asks the recipient to protect me in the release of evidentiary items as the two correspondents discuss how to best cover their tracks while referring presumably to an individual involved in the inadvertent leak. This is crazy. I'm going to go to that podcast. Shout out Murder Sheet. Whoa. That's some crazy shit. Good afternoon, Jonathan. What's up, Caddy? What? Is that what it was, Coach? Yeah, I don't need to look it up. They are covering, it's all on my page, my attorney. I don't know what that means. They leaked my, what? That's crazy. There's the article. What the hell? What the hell? Murder Sheet podcast. Check it out. So here's the murder sheet that the article was referring to. And give me 1 second. I'm going to see if I can find that video that they're talking about. From 2 weeks ago? Holy shit, that must be the one because it's got 4.4 thousand and these other ones only got a few hundred. Damn, they got 17.8 subs. Why aren't their videos like... Huh, that's weird. Let me see here. So here's the murder sheet. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Lilith. But why is it not like full screen? There we go. See, this one right here's got like 4,000. That must be it, no? Must be it. Which is weird. They got like damn near 18,000 subs, but I don't... Why are the videos like 300 views? That's crazy. mean, I see them on what's that? Court TV. They're on Court TV. I think they've been on News Nation. No. Oh, all right. This must be it. I don't know. Hopefully it is. I don't want to use an hour at a time on.
Of two girls. And I just want to stress that this episode will contain a lot of disturbing details about the crime scene in the Delphi.
All right. So what we're going to do is see in the top right up here, you got the live icon. I'm going to put the graphic warning up at the top. Boom, there it is. So just go ahead and mute it. I'm not going to put closed captioning on. You're not going to see the words. If you want to hang out and you want to participate in the chat, all you need to do is just mute it, and you won't hear the triggering words or anything like that. Once this goes away, the warning graphic content goes away, then you can unmute the show. Just keep that in mind as we check this out.
Murders case. So once we get to that point, we will let you know and just proceed with caution.
So we're recording this on Monday, September 18th. Earlier this morning, the defense made several filings. The one we're going to focus on in this episode is a 136-page memorandum in support of their request for a Franks hearing. Again, a Franks hearing is when the defense says the search warrant or what have you in the case should be thrown out because the investigative officers failed to disclose certain details or lied about certain things when they requested the search warrant. So this is a memorandum supporting their arguments for why the search warrant in this case should be thrown out. It's a lengthy document, as I say, and it's quite detailed. It kind of falls into a few separate categories. The first category would be, in our mind, their contention is that this murder was actually a ritualistic murder carried out by members of a pagan Norse religion called Odinism. And they feel that these Odinists also, for instance, they cite that in addition to the fact that the killing was carried out by Odinists, that angle was not sufficiently investigated. And they also say that some of the prison guards at Westville are associated with Odinism. And of course, Westville is where Richard Allen is housed.
There's an Odinistic conspiracy at the heart of their theory of the crime, it seems like, is fair to say.
That's fair to say. Also, this document goes into considerable detail about the crime scene. And the reason they do that is because it's been suggested that it's been suggested by the prosecution that not only is Richard Allen guilty, but perhaps he acted alone. And so the defense wants to make the case, here's what the crime scene was like. Here's all the things Richard Allen or any lone actor would have had to do by themselves if they were acting alone. We don't think one person could have done all of these things. So that's one reason why they go into the crime scene details. And another reason why they do so is because they want to stress what they feel are things at the crime scene which are somehow linked to Odinism. The third point they go into in this document is the PCA itself. This is the PCA that was released explaining the case the prosecution made for why they believe Richard Allen was guilty, why they believe his house should have been searched, and so on. The defense talks about some of the details cited in that document as coming from witnesses, and it argues that those details were not cited accurately. before we go into all of this, we should note these are serious allegations.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, when we read these papers, holy fucking shit, man. I'm like, damn, that's dangerous as hell. Because if that was a trick by the defense, man, that's not cool. You know what I mean? Like, the accusations are like, and the names with it, it was like, damn. But I thought it was I don't know that much about it. I thought it was a clerical error. They filed the paperwork, I thought maybe the court had a clerical error, didn't process it correctly or something. Boom, hurried up, got processed the way it was supposed to be, sealed up. But if this was a trick from the defense, man, damn. They should be held liable. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, because that right there. Something is happening with the hearing Thursday. I haven't heard nothing. I tell you what, that Fox 59 article was freaking nuts. That thing was nuts. This whole case is nuts.
we're going to be sharing the defense's point of view on these. We hope that the prosecution makes a public response to some of these as soon as possible so we can share that with you as well. And then hopefully once we have both sides out there, it will be possible to try to determine the truth of these matters.
My name is Anya Kane. I'm a journalist.
And I'm Kevin Greenlee. I'm an attorney.
And this is The Murder Sheet.
We're a true crime podcast focused on original reporting, interviews, and deep dives into murder cases. We're The Murder Sheet.
And this is the Delphi murders, the Franks Memorandum.
Thank you, Coach.
So where do you want to begin, Anya?
Well, maybe it makes sense to start from the beginning.
Here, I'll share this real quick. Sorry, I got so many tabs open right now. Oh, I'm sorry to hear only 2/3 of you got a restful night. Sorry to hear that, everybody. Hopefully you have a restful day as we get into the show. 63%. Good morning, everybody, by the way. So thank you, Coach, for sharing this status hearing. 2 p.m. to be held in Allen Superior DO5. What do you think's happening, Coach? What do you think's happening? I don't know why it only shows my thing that. Yeah, what do you think's gonna happen? I don't know.
As Kevin mentioned, this is a very
Crazy.
long document.
This is
So,
crazy. Yeah, it is a long document.
I'm sure there's going to be stuff that we miss and that we can maybe go back and circle back with later. Oh, and just as a bit of a stylistic...
Okay, wait. Wait, this isn't it. This is them reading it. Where's the update video? Hold on, it said... Yeah. Oh, maybe it's a community post. No, there's no community posts. It says, following a conversation with investigators, the podcasters said they then deleted the files from their electronic devices and posted a podcast update detailing their involvement in the acquisition of the leaked information and the... It said today. What day is this article? Two days ago. Where's the update? There's no community post. There's no video. Two days ago, following a conversation with investigators, the podcaster said they then deleted the files from their electronic devices and posted a podcast update today. Where's the update? What the hell? The recused? Was it? Whoa! Is it? That name sounds familiar. I mean, I don't cover this case crazy. The name sounds familiar. What's up, Unravel? Where's the update? You know what I'm saying? I was thinking that was... Wow, they got a lot of subs, but... A post-sentencing interview with Keegan. Oh, shoot. This is crazy. I'm gonna have to check out some of these videos. They talk Koberger too. Huh. Not too much Koberger. I wonder what they think about... That's interesting. The indictment. See what they think about it. What else do they got here? Where's this update? The death penalty and the DNA. That'll be interesting to check out. Where's the update? Wow, they talk a lot of different things. Mental health and the criminal justice system. Interesting. That'll be an interesting conversation. Maybe I can have them on sometime. I would like to talk to them about that. Mental health and the criminal justice system. There's another one too. Yeah, I would like to talk to him about that. Have him on the show sometime. The mental health and the criminal justice system. I don't see an update. Shelter from the... Yeah, right? Yeah, that name sounded familiar, but I was like, where have I just couldn't place it. That was... Right. What the hell's going... Yeah, something... What the hell? Whoa. Okay, let's yeah, I couldn't... I had some stuff on Idaho and stuff too. Other things as well. Let me see if there's anything breaking real quick. That's a crazy article. Dangerous. Whose fumbaloo was it? Was it the courts? Was it the defense? Like, and it could... You can't tell me the defense would do that as a fumbaloo. That would be on purpose if it was the defense, because they want to create more doubt for their client, obviously. Crime Circus had a trash boom on BK. We'll be checking out after a bit. Let me see here. That's nuts. What we know, let me see here. All right, I don't see anything breaking. So let me get into my folder. We'll go ahead and get into everything. Damn. And then here it is again. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate that. Why? Why would a recused judge You're right. Something is happening, Coach. Linda Lane. Let me see here. We're going to stick to the Delphi stuff here real quick. So this is a channel we checked out a couple days ago, actually. I don't know if we'll listen to the whole thing, but Midnight Radio, we had checked out their channel a couple days ago, and it was a very interesting conversation that the dude was having, and down to earth when it came to everything that he was discussing. So I'd like to check this one out too. This is about the Delphi leaks. Midnight Radio. It's about the Delphi leaks. It's a 55-minute, but we're not going to be listening to the whole thing, but we're going to check out some of it. Then we're going to listen to this Patrick Westfall call too. So this is Midnight Radio. Hit the like. Here's the link for the video. Definitely go over there, show some love, hit the like on it, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, because comments always help just as much as the thumbs ups do when it comes to our videos that we do on YouTube. It's the free way to help. Comment and a thumbs up. The best help that you can do to help. Definitely go throw a thumbs up over there, or comment, shout them out from Evil CJ. Just say, hey, we heard you on Evil CJ. Good stuff. Let's check it out. This is regarding... Oh, that's a cool intro. This is regarding the Delphi links. The lakes.
Hello, everybody. You're watching Midnight Radio. My name is Gerald Schmidt.
Midnight Radio.
About something tonight that is very disturbing for me. I'm sure it's going to be disturbing for you once I talk about it. You might have heard about it. You might have not. It's about the
Good morning,
Delphi
detective.
case. There has been some information leaked in it. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, this is from 12 hours ago. Is this... Hold on a minute. Is this the same stuff? Hey, Coach. Is this the same stuff that we already talked about last week? Like a week and a half ago? Or I thought there was more. Is there more stuff? Is there more leaked stuff that's come out? Or is he going to be talking about the documents that we already talked about? I'm thinking, well, this is from 12 hours ago. I'm just assuming. Let me leave some trophies here because it is hard work. There we go. Because it is hard work. All I need to know. I mean, we did the read through. I'm just wondering, is there new leaked stuff that came out other than the stuff that we got in the documents that we already read like a week and a half ago? I see a lot of videos out there right now about leaked info, and I don't know. Is there more? I'm assuming there's more because I just assumed I would have been seeing all these like a week ago.
Who it is believed, and I verified this myself, who it is believed leaked it, where the leak came from.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to try my best to mute it, obviously. Here is the video again, the link for this. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you. Okay, so this is about new leak stuff. Now, keep in mind, graphic content top left. Sometimes I'm going to be able to have this banner up, all right, where it shows trigger warning. Okay. Sometimes I'm not because I'm going to be highlighting your comments. Always look for the warning graphic content in the top right of your screen. Please hit the mute. If you might be triggered, I won't be playing closed captioning, so you won't be able to read the words. You can still participate in the conversation if you'd like to. Just keep it on mute until you see that graphic content disappear from the screen, because sometimes I will be highlighting comments.
From somebody involved in the leak has committed an unaliving or unaliving on themselves.
And I am fully funded. I'm the only income coming in this household, so it really is truly fully funded. Your support, whether it's hanging out, leaving a comment, little coffee cup, anything like that, definitely does help. I appreciate all of it. I appreciate you, Brandywine. I just want to make sure that everybody's comfortable whenever they're in here. A picture taken off a computer screen. It is really... Wow. I need to check my inbox. Usually I don't check the crazy outlandish shit. I might have to go through my email box.
I'm going to talk about that. And this could really change the case as it's known, because the defense team, where the leak came from, could be pulled off the case. We're going to talk about everything.
Well, yeah, and I see why it might end up creating a delay, or the attorneys even being removed. I always wondered about the F on the tree. Was it from the bark? Was it, like, why did it didn't look like the shape of what they're associating it with. That's just my personal opinion.
Everything regarding it, everything you need to know from A to B. We're going to talk about that right now. I got all the evidence here, and there's some YouTubers involved. Anyway, let's continue here. Let me show you what I got. We can talk about it. The phone line is open if you want to discuss any of this with me. I'm open to talk with you about it. After the show, I will be going on the radio and doing a radio show after this. If you are so inclined, there is a link in the description below. First, we're going to watch the news popping up about this, and then we're going to go in greater detail. You know, I like to start.
Here's the Fox 59 article. If you want to read the article, here's the link for that. I do not have the video for this, the link for it. I'm sure I can come across it, but and definitely Midnight Radio is the channel. Midnight Radio. Keep in mind, I'm going to be the trigger will come in and out because of highlighted messages. Always keep in mind the graphic content top right of your screen. Once that goes away, you can unmute if you are possibly triggered.
She can scold the defense and put them on a short leash, or she can fire Richard Allen's attorney. Russ McQuaid, Fox 59 News.
So next, a hearing is set for this coming up this Thursday. This time it'll be up in Allen County, up in Fort Wayne, where Special Judge Fran Gull is from. The purpose of that hearing is to discuss the upcoming hearing, October 31st. We'll have the latest for you on air and online at fox59.com.
All right. So I want to say hello to everybody in the chat room right now. Hello, Hot Ham, Electra, Arlene. I saw someone, Arlene Wiley or Willie. Hello, welcome if you're still here. So from the chat room, Hot Ham, you're saying that you got the leak of the pictures. So this is a really big deal for many reasons. I'll tell you why. These are pictures of naked under 18-year-old.
What? They released the frickin' pictures of the what? That it's one thing to release a picture of a frickin' tree. You gotta be kidding me. Oh my gosh.
Old murder victims. That is what we're talking about. Nobody's talking about it. Basically, it's almost like snuff pictures
What
that are floating around. All right.
Wow.
So it's really disgusting.
Wow.
A lot of people are really worried about this because they have these pictures on their devices.
Oh my gosh. Maybe it's
these
a good,
are illegal pictures.
maybe it's a good thing. I'm not checking my fucking inbox now. Fuck that. I mean, I gotta check to see if it was sent, but I'm not opening that shit. I'm fucking redirecting that shit to the authorities. What the hell?
To have. You can't just, these aren't like regular
Oh my gosh.
pictures like something
Oh
you see
my
on
gosh.
Dateline
Oh my
where they show a little bit of the
gosh.
body. No, these are pictures of
Oh
nude
my gosh.
under 18-year-old murder victim girls.
Oh
right?
my gosh.
That is what I've not seen the pictures. I don't want to see the pictures.
Thank God.
Matter of fact,
oh my gosh. I don't either.
let's talk about this.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to this more. Got some more to
Dude.
read to you, and I'm
Dude.
gonna take you from A to Z.
I just want to say thank you to Midnight Radio. Appreciate your hard work and your approach too, sir. For real. Damn. Oh, that's horrible.
Z of what happened with the leak,
What
how it
the
was tracked
hell?
down, who leaked it, who took their life. We're gonna go all that, but
Oh my gosh.
I want to talk about something, and I don't have the link. Are you? Oh, there it is.
And I just want to say, I'm going to try my best to mute whatever. I'm going to, just like the Koberger coffee cup, I'm gonna do my best to make sure I can mute as quick as possible if need be.
All right, so this is a podcast they're talking about right here.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Of the man and the woman, she's a investigative journalist. She says he's a lawyer. He says, I listened to this, what they talked about, and there's some disturbing things in here about them that I noticed, or just about this show that they did. Okay,
Oh, that's horrible.
they were leaked the pictures. They looked at the pictures. They, in their podcast here, didn't talk about who. They didn't talk about what they said, and they talked about other podcasters or YouTube personalities talking about what was actually seen in the pictures and saying that was really bad and they should respect the families, and how some people are trying to make money off of the Delphi case. And basically they mommied and daddied everybody is what it felt like. And it kind of disgusted me when really, is that not what they're doing themselves?
Oh my god.
But since they brought it up, I'm not touching it. It's not me. Now, again, these aren't accusations I'm making. These are feelings I had when I listened to this. I was like, cringe. And
oh my
it
god.
didn't take a whole lot of investigation to find out where all these leaks came from. But this whole topic is so very disturbing, disgusting to me. I'm going to go on and give you more information that you just got from that video. And then I'm going to show you the aftermath of what happened after the leak, and that's including someone taking their own life. So here we go. So Indiana State Police reportedly investigating evidence leaked in the Delphi murder case. Before I go any further, I do want to thank our executive producers. Lady Lisa, thank you so much. Thank everybody individually. Annabelle Stealth, thank you so much. Sir Grant, thank you so much. If it wasn't for you, the show wouldn't be able to continue. And again, this is an extension of our radio station, and everything that anybody donates, whether they it's a super sticker or a super thanks, all the money from, or the money that the videos make, they make money, it goes to the music licenses for our radio station. So you know
cool.
that. All right, so Indiana State Police reportedly investigating evidence leak in Delphi murder case. An investigation by the Murder Sheet podcast contained elements of which have been confirmed by Fox.
What's going on with the frickin' video here? I mean, I got good connections here. What's up, YouTube? Right, coach. That's so disgusting, man. This is this is not good.
59 indicates an alleged leak of sensitive crime scene evidence.
Here is that article again, everybody. If you want the link to it, I'll keep posting it for you. We read the article before we got into this. There's the link for it. Jeez. If it's pre-planned, that's a dirty ass fucking trick. That's a dirty ass trick if it's pre-planned. A disgusting dirty ass trick. What's up, Ruckus?
By Richard Allen's defense team that could derail the early 2024 trial of the man accused of killing 2 young girls in Delphi nearly 7 years ago. This past Thursday, Special Judge Fran Gull of Allen County issued an order for a hearing on October 19th in her Fort Wayne courtroom to discuss the upcoming events, the hearing, and recent events that have arisen. Those other matters most likely include the revelation that a handful of Delphi crime scene evidence items have been circulating among social media community that has been focused on the murders. Now, I'm going to fast forward to the part that wasn't in the video you just watched. So then this past spring, an inadvertent leak of discovery evidence popped up on social media, and Allen's attorneys took responsibility for the mistake, resulting in an admonition from the court to move carefully to guard the state's discovery documents. One of the pieces of evidence, I believe it is that one, was the picture of the F of the blood smeared on the tree in an F, or what appeared to be an F. It's also believed that the person that leaked that picture, they leaked it because Dateline, was it Dateline? No, it was Law and Crime. They had a computer mock-up of the F on the tree, and they said it looked like a splatter, like it accidentally splattered into an F. This person was someone that worked with the defense, and they felt like that didn't represent what it really was, so they leaked that photo. They were warned about that, and the same person that was involved in that is involved in these new leaks. So we're going to go over that. I'll let you know.
Whoa, what the fuck, YouTube? What the fuck is your problem? The same person? Good morning, Tracy.
It leaked that picture. They leaked it because Dateline, was it Dateline? No, it was Law and Crime. They had a computer mock-up of the F on the tree, and they said it looked like a splatter, like it accidentally splattered into an F. This person was someone that worked with the defense, and they felt like that didn't represent what it really was, so they leaked that photo. They were warned about that, and the same person that was involved in that is involved in these new leaks. So we're going to go over that. I'll let you know exactly who it is.
Wow.
September was marked by fury of defense filings, claiming the state had withheld evidence and misled the original judge in seeking a search warrant for Allen's home while trotting out a theory that cultists could have committed the murders. Those filings drew a sharp rebuke from Carroll County prosecutor Nicholas McClelland, who decried what he referred to as sensationalistic and unsubstantiated claims, even as investigators were forced to retrace their steps, conduct follow-up interviews with sources, and comply with massive discovery demands. Now, it appears that over the last month, social media discussions have centered around what would seem to be a specific inside knowledge of the defense team's strategy and evidence, as well as claims that certain crime scene evidence had been acquired, though not public.
Dude, what the hell, YouTube? Come on now. What's up, bro? What's up, YouTube?
The Murder Sheet podcasters Kevin Greeley and Arlene Kane reported today and confirmed to Fox 59 that a social...
Dude, what the hell is going on? Hold on, let me refresh this or something.
Over the last month, social media discussions have centered around what would seem to be a specific inside knowledge of the defense team's strategy and evidence, as well as claims that certain crime scene evidence had been acquired, though not published.
Sorry, everybody.
The Murder Sheet podcasters Kevin Greeley and Arlene
you. Appreciate
Kane
that,
reported
Professor.
today and confirmed to Fox 59 that a social media source revealed to them the existence of those evidentiary items on October 5th. That tip led the podcasters to confirm the identities of persons associated with the leaked information. So, and we're going to go over exactly what happened. We're going to go over the timeline after this. We're going to go who leaked it to them, who all was involved, and who this person,
Wow.
who all was leaked the information as far as so
And why would you YouTube in your little circle? And why? It's on pause. Why are you buffering on pause, YouTube? Why are you buffering on pause? And the fact that you're going to release the frickin' photos of the victims? Like the children? Sick fuck. Sick motherfucker, man. I'm gonna keep my mouth
social
shut.
media influencers.
I'm just gonna
One
keep
of those
playing.
persons identified is reportedly a former professional associate of Baldwin's. Facebook messages reviewed by Fox 59 contained discussions by two other people, a man from Hamilton County who reportedly received the information from the former Baldwin associate, and a Texas man with whom he shared that information. In those messages, the Indiana participants writes, defense just got girls' phone records, and they are saying that there is stuff good for Rick. Rick? Who's Rick? We'll go into that too. In
Richard
another message
Allen?
from earlier this month, the Facebook author writes he is supposed
Patrick, or it's not, or Richard Allen. I mean, who are they? Okay, hold on. Let me get back to that for a second. Who are they talking about? Which Rick? In those messages, the Indiana participant writes, defense just got girls' phone records, and they are saying that there's good stuff for Rick. For Richard Allen. For Richard Allen, right? Because it's good stuff for Richard Allen, because this other stuff that's being leaked is good for Richard Allen, right? That's I'm assuming. I don't know for sure. I'm just assuming. Let me know if that's what you guys think they're talking about. And I'll undo this in case it's hard to read it. The defense. The participant writes, defense just got girls' phone records, and they're saying that there's good stuff for Rick. The people that are sending me messages on my old videos, you should come to the live. You know what I'm saying? Why are you on an old video? Come over to the live. Still getting messages throughout the show on the other videos I already did. It's like, where you at? Come on over. Huh. Okay. I just assume it's Richard Allen.
supposed
Right?
to go to Franklin
I need to get a blanket.
during the upcoming
chilling.
weekend, and that he just wants a fair fight for the defense while blasting the prosecution. That was followed by a handful of messages from October 5th. As the same participants refers to my guy, and he's going to be with Andy tonight. He was talking about me going down Saturday. There are also messages where the sender asked the recipient to protect me. In the release of evidentiary items, as the two correspondents discuss how best to cover their tracks while referring presumably to an individual involved in the inadvertent leak of defense items evidence last spring. Greenlee and Kane told Fox that the Texas social media Delphi follower contacted them when he became aware of the explosive and sensitive nature of the leaked information and urged them to contact state police investigators. Here's where I'm just questioning, guys. I'm not pointing blame. I'm not trying to talk about these podcasters, mom and daddy. I'm trying to say this. This makes me feel weird. Somebody contacts me, hey, Gerald, I got these pictures, of Delphi, the murder, and the bodies. Would you like them? Wait a
Hell
second.
no.
He said,
I would say hell fucking no. The tree? Sure. Let me see the picture of the F on the tree. That's cool. That's cool. Because I always want to see, like, what's the bark and all that other shit. But the freaking, what the hell, man? You gotta. Oh,
the bodies?
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
No. I don't want them. I don't. Just keep those. We didn't have this conversation. Or if they emailed them to you, delete it. What the hell? Delete, vomit, delete.
And click that little redirect button too. Don't even open it. Just redirect it to the authorities.
That's what I would do.
Redirect it.
It's one thing. It's one thing to see a dead body.
We shouldn't have it.
It's one thing to see behind the scenes pictures, but you got 2 underage naked female victims. And that's not cool. Nobody's talking about that. Maybe it's because, am I wrong? Is that not what it was? If someone's seen the pictures, if it leaked to you, and I'm
disgusting.
wrong,
that's disgusting.
let me know.
That is no, you're not wrong, dude. That's
from what I read that people were writing about what they saw.
The hell.
I'm telling you, it was so disgusting, and man,
my gosh,
there are some dark places on the internet. So as not to run afoul of the court's gag order, be cited for contempt of court or be found in possession of illicitly obtained exclusive evidence. So they contacted the Indiana State Police investigators, and several of the YouTubers who were sent this information did that also. And the police are saying, and if you look at the Murder Sheet podcast, they are telling you to contact Indiana State Police, let them know that you got the pictures and delete them, and you'll be fine. Because people are, worried about having that.
Gosh. Here's the link to this Fox 59 article. We read through the whole thing at the beginning of the show. I'll be making a highlight of it after we're done with this episode of my own read through. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. I can't believe that. How do you even feel okay hitting the send button on that shit? How do you feel okay attaching those files before you even? What makes you want to say, you know what? I'm going to send these out to 50 content creators. What the?
Underage, pornography on their computers. Besides it being, an active court case. So,
oh my gosh,
They also urged everybody, the social media community, to show restraint and not disseminate the evidence or discuss it in detail. ISP reportedly launched this investigation in the leak early last week, which would have preceded Judge Gall's Thursday morning notice of an upcoming hearing to consider other matters which have recently arisen. Fox.
And you know what? The sad part about this is how is this supposed to? Where's the respect for the victims? The ultimate number one, respect for the victims. Number two, respect for the families. Number three, respect for the community. That's so disrespectful to the victim's family, and the community. We do this shit because of the victims. We do this shit because the justice is not happening for these victims. That's why we talk about these cases so much. This is fucked up. So messed up. Those poor girls. Those poor girls. Just dirtying their name all up. It's so fucked up. I'm just gonna be quiet.
Has learned that an individual named as one of the social media followers
Oh my god.
involved in the leak died unexpectedly this past week after investigators began their inquiry. Fox has reached out to Al's defense team for comment, which likely will not be forthcoming due to the gag order. Legal experts consulted by Fox indicate that a leak of this nature, considering earlier orders from the judge, might result in either a warning from the bench of the dismissal of the attorneys and the appointment of a new legal team to represent Allen, and therefore almost certainly lead to a delay in his January 8th, 2020.
Damn straight. It's like when D'Angelo Russell snitched on a teammate. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, once you cross a frickin' line, you can't be trusted anymore with information. You can't be trusted no more. If this was a stunt from the defense, damn straight, get the fuck out of there. You should have your shit yanked from you too, honestly. Because if that's how you practice law, get the fuck out. Go run a car wash. And run yourself through that shit a few times. Clean the fucking nasty off your ass, motherfucker. Oh my gosh, I gotta shut up.
Again, that is what this Thursday, they're going to go to the court and we're going to find out really damn fast. Judge Gull has yet to rule on a request from the media for the presence of cameras in the court during Al's trial or a motion by his attorneys to dismiss the warrant that led investigators to the defendant's home last October. Detectives claim they found a gun that matched the bullet casing reportedly found at the crime scene. All right. So here's the timeline of events. All right, guys, if you keep talking to each other in A, B, C, and D, it makes it to where the chat is of no use for this show. So I won't be looking at it, just so you know. But as far as you're concerned, talking to yourself, you can do what you want. All right, I'm going to try to make this bigger so we can all see it, because this is how everything went down. And I'll tell you who's involved. I'll tell you who Rick is. October 5th, 2023. Let me make sure you guys, because it's kind of black and white. All right. I'm going to have nightmares about this stuff. October 5th, 2023. A source sent MS graphic crime scene photos. And I'll tell you who MS is. MS is that show, Murder Sheet Podcast. October 5th. So they've been sitting on this, for 10 days? Graphic crime scene photos. I'm telling you.
Okay,
MS does
okay. Wait. Okay, this is
not share any details of the photo.
This is on Reddit.
And have chosen not to say anything except that the photos are obviously from the crime scene. I would have deleted those some bitches, and I'm saying those were never sent to me. I might have contacted law enforcement and told them who sent them to me. I probably would. Don't you guys ever do that to me. Don't put Mr. Schmimmons in that position. And I understand why.
Listen, I've had shit sent to me. You don't think I don't redirect that shit damn straight. disgusting. I ain't open it. I wouldn't open that shit. I'm gonna go through my inbox and see, and if I do, it's redirected. I'm not even opening that shit. What the hell, man? This is so disgusting.
Somebody would. Here's the crime. The photos leaked. Do you want them? And I thought about it at first. Oh, whoa, yeah, I want to see what it was. And then I realized what it was. I'm like, oh, hell no, no. MS called law enforcement the next morning to report these leaked photos. They also reached out to the defense team to make sure they knew about the leak. At this point, they did not know where the leak came from. The person who sent the images to
I appreciate you hopping in, but I'm gonna mute if he mentions the name. Please don't put names in the chat. I'm gonna remove them, just as a heads up. I know you're not familiar with the show, but I'm not down with having names being put in chat, so that's why that was removed, just as a heads up. I'm sorry people are harassing you, but I don't do the name game over here on my channel. So that's why I deleted it, just as a heads up.
Murder Sheets. The Murder Sheets podcast is named Mark. There you go. Got his name now. Mark received them from someone they call R. R was not the initial leak, but was close to someone called M, who worked for the defense team and had leaked them to R. R is a person who took his life, they say, or is now not alive. That is R.
Ma'am, I understand they leaked information, but this is not the platform to do it on either way. So I'm going to make that understood, okay? I appreciate you coming in, and I'm sorry things happened, but at the same time, I'm letting you know what I'm cool with and what I'm not. So if you're going to ask me to respect you, I'm going to ask you to respect me. It goes both ways. So I'm going to ask you to please not put names in chat. I've already deleted it twice. I'm not going to ask a third time, okay?
R was a veteran. R was 30 years old. I know his name. It took a long time to investigate to find it because nobody's wanting to talk about it. Let me just tell you that I know his name. It doesn't matter if you know it or not. And I don't want to be the one to give out the name of the person that did take their life, but I
don't either, and that's why I'm saying no freaking names.
Investigated it. And yes, this person did take their life. This person was involved in the leak, and they did take their life. That's where I feel like the story is at. So I investigated that part to make sure it was true. When this was all being investigated, they didn't talk about that. Nobody was talking about that. I saw it somewhere in like a comment section, and then I investigated and found out that the R, and then I found the name. So before I could talk about it, yes, somebody did take their life over what? That is the question. This person was young. They had a family. They had a wife. They had kids. They were a coach in their kids' games. Very disturbing to me. And they decide to take their life? Did someone do it for them? Was it related to this? If I find anything, I'll let you know. So the person that sent the images to MS is named Mark. Mark received them from someone they call R. R was not the initial leak, but was close to someone called M who worked for the defense team and had them leaked to R. R was upset about the depiction of the F on the tree from Court TV. So R leaked the actual F photo. Upon research, he was upset because what was depicted by Court TV looked like a splatter and kind of looked like an F. In the actual photo, it was a smudged F. R has been vocal on social media in support of the defense in the past and has seemingly shared details he obtained from his leak on the defense team. Jerry Holman was the investigating detective on this leak. Holman initially thought it was a leak within law enforcement. Murder Sheets thinks this upcoming hearing will be going over these leaks. Experts have indicated to MS that Gull could absolutely remove Raza and Baldwin from the case in the upcoming hearing, but could also give the defense a slap on the wrist. Trigger warning. Side last week on the 11th. I'll give you the date. He was a young man with a wife and family. MS has never reached out to R. R was the person who received the images from M, who previously worked for the defense team. R did not work for the defense. All right. Hope that's a little bit clearer. All right. That leads us to this. Delphi After Dark. Delphi After Dark is this guy, Rick Snay. So you heard the name. Oh, you didn't see this guy. This guy, yeah. Rick Snay, who I invited to come up here and talk with me, but have not, and I still do. It's an open invitation. I've invited him to come up here and talk with us. And I'm still waiting to hear back. I probably won't. I don't know. That's okay. He probably deleted my message, but that's fine. Because I don't want to know about the details of the pictures. I do want to know why his name, Rick, was on those messages. Those postings on Facebook when they were talking about giving.
All right, I'm not sure why YouTube's doing this here.
I can't remember the name of this website. So I don't have the first part of it.
Oh my gosh, YouTube, come on.
The Murder Sheet and Delphi After Dark are together on this. Would ask that
It's on pause and it's buffering. How does that make sense? It's on pause, but it buffers. 2716. Hold on.
So he posted this. I can't remember the name of this website. So I don't have the first part of it, but the Murder Sheet and Delphi After Dark are together on this. Would ask that all other Delphi creators join us on this pledge. He put this up. I'm sure it will be a huge disappointment to many, but I spoke with the state police today about the crime scene photos, and I am not under arrest. Sorry, guys. All of your predictions, legal actions were false. They simply asked me to delete the pictures and thanked me for not sharing them or having the intention to do such. As I said from the very beginning, they are not CSAM. Child, and it is not illegal for me to have them. Okay.
Why is it even doing this? I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
I guess a lot of people had opinions on it. So
What the fuck, dude? What is going on with this shit? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Give me 1 second. What the hell, man? I'm just gonna switch. No, something's going on. All right. Hopefully this is better. YouTube's being funky. I'm trying something different here. Let me back it up. We'll go back to 27.
Darker together on this, would ask that all other Delphi creators join us on this pledge. He put this up. I'm sure it will be a huge disappointment to many, but I spoke with the state police today about the crime scene photos, and I am not under arrest. Sorry, guys. All of your predictions were false. They simply asked me to delete the pictures and thanked me for not sharing them or having the intention to do such. As I said from the very beginning, they are not CSAM. Sadomasochist? What the hell does that mean? Or it is not illegal for me to have them. Okay.
People that keep dropping messages on my videos, come join the live, you know? You're good.
I guess
Professor.
a lot of people had opinions on it. So, this guy here, Schnee, I just about have all I want to say about this. I'm debating whether or not to play some of what he says about it. Why not? Why not? I don't care. This interesting thing about this other guy, and I can't remember his name because I'm like that when it gets this late at night.
Now this
My
is
memory starts
YouTube.
failing me.
I went to my mobile hotspot because that's what I always do if I'm having issues at home. It's the same thing. This is YouTube. This is not a connection.
But I'll let you know here in a minute, and I'm going to show
What
you
the
his
heck,
websites where he
YouTube?
actually maybe, I'm still trying to confirm it, had all the pictures posted on his website. So he put them up there for everybody.
That made Richard Allen look innocent. And he gave me stuff that made Richard Allen.
So, but anyway, I have to talk about, okay, so I'm not saying for 100% surety that he had all the graphic pictures on there, but I did, you know, I'll just show you. He had some of them, he had them, and then they were taken off, and you can see where they were taken off, and he still had some that like had a shoe or something on it. I don't know. Here's what I saw. I'm going to show you. So I'm going to give you this guy's name in case you hear something about it later.
And I'm going to share the link to this video. This is the timestamp of 36 minutes in this video. So if you want to hear the last 16 minutes, if you want to hear the last 16 minutes of what they were playing, Just go to the 20-minute mark of this video right here. Here's the link to this video from Midnight Radio. Shout out Midnight Radio. Thank you for your hard work and your efforts. Appreciate it. And definitely go leave a comment and hit the thumbs up to help his algorithm when it comes to the viewership of the video. It's the free way to help all of us content creators out. I'm going to skip ahead and talk. Let me see here. Skip ahead a little bit more.
That makes you a producer, whether it's
Something's
what do you call
great,
it?
yeah.
What do you call the stickers, guys? Whether it's a super sticker or a super thanks, or a Cash App is Cash App, $ Midnight Radio 101. Back to you in the form of a radio station and a media.
I need a radio station. I need a radio station where I really play music, you know? I need a radio station where I play music.
So in post-processing, I'll fix it and re-upload it if it's not working right. Also want to let you know that for those of you that are a fan of Electra Ladyland show, the times for her show, the days have changed. She's on Mondays and Thursdays now. So she has 2 days a week, Mondays and Thursdays from 8 Central Standard Time to 10 o'clock. 8 to 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. The radio station runs on Central Standard Time because that's what it's set for. So you're going to have to calculate it when it's for you. Also, to keep up with any of our shows, you can go to our website, Midnight Rap. Before it's okay, you'll get everything first.
Is that the whole video?
You thought I laughed. Man, I hit the button and knocked my... See, I promised I wouldn't cuss.
What's going on?
I literally went on there and I watched... I almost said Monkey Boy. I totally did.
Come on, YouTube. Damn.
About him being leaked, and they verified it, who leaked it. It wasn't hard to do that. I did it too, actually, inadvertently. So yes, no, they only have a audio podcast, and you guys can check it out. Here you go. Here's for you, Murder Sheets podcast. I had a problem with them being the moral police.
What?
Although, you know,
What?
I don't know. A problem? It's not a problem. I'm confused, guys. That's what this whole show's about. Schmimmins is confused. I don't know how to feel about something. I come here to you and I talk about it, and I hope that someone will call me and talk to me back. And nobody usually does, but
Aw, that sucks, dude.
How should I feel about this? I mean, they come on here, they come on their podcast, and they're...
Damn, I'll call in sometime. Shit. He's got 12,000 fucking subs, dude. You got 4 times more than what I got, bro. What do you mean nobody's calling in? I'll call in sometime. Shit. Hell, come on the show sometime. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I need to reach out to this guy. I need to reach out to this guy. Shit. Let's collab sometime, dude. I don't know if you... I put a trophy on there. Maybe he'll come check it out. We'll see.
Their mama and dadding all the other creators and saying, well...
Let's have him on
it's
for a
about
show
the
sometime,
family
right?
And this and that. I'm like, dude, if someone sent me that...
Not even about the case. I want to have him on for an episode of Conversations with CJ. I want to talk to him about his radio show, you know, what made him create a YouTube channel, things like that. I would love to just have a conversation with the dude. Conversations with CJ.
That I would have deleted it. I would have called the police and deleted it and not talked about it. But then it broke, and I'm talking about it because it broke. You see what I'm saying? You know, the fact that these existed, and there's people on not just Reddit. What is the one where everybody's anonymous? You know, I can't remember the name of it. Thank you, Dealey. What is the name of? you know, it's not Reddit. It's the other one where everybody's anonymous and all they do is post memes. It's a millennial mecha like a high mecha hiney ho. I've listened to their podcast for years. They're good people. Okay, I will take that into advisement. I did not know I could delete my own comments. Does anybody know how long we've been able to? 4chan, that's it. Damn it. I have a hard time. I did not know I can delete my own comments. Does anybody know how long we've been able to do this? From the beginning, dude. From the beginning.
What are you doing, man?
4chan. Crime scene autopsy pics not appropriate, in my opinion. Yeah, I know that's not appropriate, but
morals, you know,
the crime scene, from what I've read
Not
about people
enough of
talking
it.
about it, and I didn't expect to read that, and it wasn't a lot, right? It was like 2 comments. I was like, oh, gross, shut. And that's what would have been for me with the damn pictures. I would have been, oh, gross, shut, didn't exist. And I wouldn't have been talking about, hey guys, I got some pictures of, you know.
It's so disgusting, you know.
Oh, dude, delete that comment. Just because you put the word C and P together, I might get in trouble. Can you delete that? I can't delete it. Maybe I can delete it.
Yeah, I need to have him on sometime. That's horrible. I don't know, man. The defense, it's not good. It's disgusting. It's immoral. It's how do you even like think it's okay? Where do you even get the idea? Where do you even get the idea? I don't get it. All right, let me check, see if there's anything breaking real quick. And then we'll get into some more content here. I'm not seeing nothing. Dominoes. Man. That's so sad about that leak, man. Especially, it's one thing of the F, you know? It's one thing of the F. It's another thing when it's pictures of the children. The way that they were. That is so not cool. All right, let me get into my October folder here. Nothing breaking as of right now. So we're going to get into some more of this stuff here. Yeah, right, Brandywine? It's, where are their morals, you know? Unfortunately, there's not enough more. That's why they're diamonds among sand pebbles, because there's not enough people with morals these days either, you know? Sad. Let me see. I think, do we get into this Patrick phone interview from Sleuth Intuition? Let me see here. Let me see what else. There was something with Court TV here. I got to get through all my Idaho stuff. Where's it at? Come on. I saved a lot. Yeah, it was 3 hours of my work I got to go through because it's in my October folder. That's the Idaho stuff we're doing tonight, and we did last night. Let me see. Where's it at? Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Now this is what was crazy. We had and I'm going to share this episode too. We had Coach Kev and Silky on. We were talking the Odinism conversation. So here is let's see. Here we'll leave it right there. So here's this episode. We had the Odinism conversation. So here's the link for this. Very good episode. Enjoyed having him on. So there's the link for that. Oh, it's not sharing it. Hold on. There we go. So there's the episode for that. So court, and this is what was crazy because I didn't know this about. I don't really. I cover a lot of Idaho 4, a lot more, and I cover a lot these other cases a little bit. And I didn't know this, that when we had when we had them on the show, that's when I first heard that it was confirmed that they wore patches, because when I found out a long time ago, thank you, Brandywine. I appreciate that so much. Your positivity is so awesome. When we had talked about the whole thing about the patches and all this stuff when it came out, I'm sitting there going, who in the hell? Like, how do you, Silky, do they allow that? No. Like, it's like, where, huh? Like, how would that even be allowed, right? Didn't make sense to me. I thought it was made up. I mean, come on. I thought it was made up. And then they supposedly took them off when the defense caught wind of it. But then all of a sudden, I learned when we had this show, I learned it was true. What? So Court TV has an episode about the Odinism confirmed in the prison system. Crazy shit. Shit you wouldn't think exists. It does. It does. Court TV, here's a little episode on this. Thank you all for hanging out this afternoon. Don't forget to come back tonight.
For more than 5 years, it was a mystery, an unsolved case with many leads, suspicious characters, and so many rumors. Investigators released very little information, but journalists, podcasters, and true crime followers all speculated on what happened to best friends Abby Williams and Libby German, two teenage girls living in the small rural community of Delphi, Indiana, a town with just 3,000 residents. On February 13th, 2017, the girls had a day off from school and they decided to go on an outdoor adventure. They were dropped off near the Monon High Bridge, and that's where their bodies were found the next day. More than 5 years later, Richard Allen was arrested for the murders, but he is claiming his innocence, and the defense has their own theory of the case. A group of white nationalists who practice the ancient Nordic religion of Odinism murdered the girls in a ritualistic killing. They also claim the reach of these local Odinists goes all the way to the prison where he is being held. Tonight, we take a look at this alleged Odinistic conspiracy, from the scene of the murders to the suspected killers to the prison and the guards watching Richard Allen. From the scene of the murders to the suspected killers.
Frickin' StreamYard, man. It's been doing that all the whole show. It's done it like 10 times already where it's muted me. And I paid for the $50 version now. Come on. I'm going to put a poll up. And I'm going to leave it up for about 45 minutes or so. And I kind of know the answer, but I kind of want to see what people say about it. I want to know, do the 2 Delphi sketches... No. Are the 2 Delphi sketches same person? I don't think so. I never thought so. Caddy. No, StreamYard. It's especially when it was doing the buffering, it was like muting my frickin' StreamYard. I kept having to unmute it. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And I pay for the $50 a month version now, you know? What the hell? Yeah, there's a poll. I think I know the answer, but I'm gonna leave it up for 45. I want to see if it changes.
To the prison and the guards watching Richard Allen as we continue our investigation.
That's so sad about
the
these
Delphi
girls.
murders.
That's so sad.
I'm Vinny Politan. Thank you so much for joining us tonight here on Closing Arguments as we take a lot of time to take a look at the Delphi murders. Now, there's 2 ways of looking at what we're going to do this hour. 2 ways to look at it. Number 1, the defense is alleging all of this, okay? So it's the defense who is making allegations relative to this Odinism. 2 ways to look at that. 1, does it just kind of raise a doubt as to what's really going on here, right? And that's a tactic that is used by criminal defense attorneys in every criminal case that we cover, right? There's some way that they're trying to, they always say, muddy the waters, right? That's one way to look at what we're going to go through tonight.
So sad.
The other way to look at it is this the truth? Is this what really happened? Is an innocent man being charged with murder? Now, from my perspective, especially at this point of everything, actually all the time, I'm concerned with what the truth is. What is the truth? So we're going to go through this Odinism to figure out what exactly it means relative to the truth. Not like, oh, yeah, it could really, mess up the prosecution. No. Tonight, we're going to try to figure out the relationship of what they are alleging to the truth of what happened to these 2 girls. And this is it's a horrific case. We know that. This is terrible. Terrible what happened to Libby and Abby. The murder scene was strange. There were things at this murder scene that were a little bizarre, perhaps staged, perhaps a ritual. Whatever it was, this was not a normal, and I don't want to say, there's never like anything that's normal when you talk about murder, but it's not someone is killed and then the killer just gets out of there. The body's just left wherever it was. There was something that was done at that scene.
I can't imagine.
Afterwards, and then the clothing, all of it. It was strange. And the question is, what's the significance of all that? We're going to dive into that tonight.
Maybe Tracy.
Richard Allen is saying, I didn't do it. He's saying the Odinists did it.
Maybe
Tracy. It's a clear finger they are pointing in this case. And we're going to take a look. We'll take a look at the scene. We'll also take a look. We won't name anyone, but we'll take a look at the people that he's pointing the finger at and what circumstances surrounding those people that have the defense alleging that Richard Allen is innocent and these other people are guilty of this horrific murder. And then we've got to take a look at what's happening in that prison where he's being held. He's alleging that you've got some prison guard pagans who are practicing Odinism. That it's not just the murder scene, it's the murder scene, it's the killers, and it's the people who are guarding him inside the prison. So we're learning more this week. We've got to take some of these pieces and figure out, is it a case where there's like just a little trace of truth to it, and then it's kind of being expanded out? Or is there something to this? Because again, this is a case, took 5 years to get to this point for an arrest. But now the defense has turned it around and said, well, wait a minute, this is something completely different. So let's begin at the prison, because this is the latest stuff and information that we've gotten, because we've got a response from the prosecution and the prison guards themselves. So the defense in the memorandum is alleging that members...
Watch. This is crazy right here. This is crazy. Here's the link for the video. Court TV. And it very well could be, Tracy. Seriously. It could be. That's what... I'm going to be honest with you. When I first saw both sketches, I automatically thought of a father and a son, Tracy. Automatically thought of a father and a son and who it might have been, but it was just speculation. You know what I mean? But I did. I even looked it up, compared the pictures. I was like, damn, I see them in both. I mean, I went through on old shows back in the day, comparing photos to show people this is who, I mean, I'm just saying. But this is crazy, finding out that they really are allowed to wear this shit, yo. This is crazy. And other religions as well. I thought state was supposed to be separate from religion, no? That's what I thought. I don't know.
From the
it's crazy to me,
prosecution
though. Would any of you thought that you could wear a custom patch? I mean, it's just crazy.
Prison guards themselves. So the defense in their memorandum is alleging that members of a pagan Norse religion, Odinism, predates Christianity, hijacked by white nationalists. So it's an actual religion, but it's been hijacked by white nationalists who ritualistically sacrificed Abigail Williams in Liberty, Germany.
You know what I mean?
That is
No
clear.
way.
That's what their allegation is. That's who did it. The evidence shows that during his pretrial incarceration...
I mean, don't you think, seriously, with how politics or religion, that shit can go crazy directions. So you're gonna allow... Seriously, though, think of... Whoa, it looked like I was missing a finger. Seriously, though, you're gonna allow... Like, think of the potential. Like, it's a uniform. You know what I'm saying? It's a uniform. Think about the potential conflicts that could take. I mean, man, what the heck? I don't get it.
The Westville Correctional Facility, Richard Allen has been monitored, intimidated, and mentally abused by correctional officers who are also members of the Odinite cult. Well, how would he know that? Here's the allegation. These Westville corrections officers boldly wore patches on their Department of Corrections uniforms that proclaimed, "In Odin we trust," along with another patch displaying symbols of Odinism, the interlocking triangles. Big allegation, right? On their uniforms, they are wearing these Odinist symbols and being very bold about it. So what was the response from the prosecution and from those prison guards? We've got that for you tonight. The state's response was, and again, we're not naming any of the corrections officers here, that both Sergeant X and Sergeant X have worn patches that refer to Odinism, that those patches reflect that Sergeant Unnamed and Sergeant Unnamed's religious beliefs are not associated with any kind of cult.
Ain't that crazy? It says right here that both so and so have worn patches that refer to Odinism. Let me get rid of my damn face. Let me blow this shit up for you as best as I can. Right there. What? That's allowed? That's allowed.
So they are Odinists? That's what I'm hearing.
Vinny.
Now, affidavit from each of these
I gotta hear that
unnamed
again.
religious beliefs are not associated with any kind of
hear that again.
cult. So they are Odinists? That's what I'm hearing. Now, affidavit from each of these correctional officers. We begin with number one. I have been an acting supervisor in APOD, where the defendant is housed since late February, early March 2023, that I do not practice Odinism, and that Norse paganism heathenry is my practicing religion. So it's a different form of paganism. I guess Nordic, because it's Norse, right? Heathenry, not Odinism. I don't know the difference. I'm sure there probably is a difference. You know, there's a difference between Roman Catholics and Greek Orthodox and other types of Christians. I get it. But it's still interesting. Now, here's the big one. I do wear patches on my uniform that identify me as someone who practices Norse paganism heathenry. The patches are real. The patches are real.
Vinny's tripping.
But says I am not part of a cult.
Ain't this
I
crazy?
am not part of a radical hate group. I have never had a one-on-one conversation with the defendant where I tried to influence him in any way.
They're allowed.
Correctional officer number 2. I do not practice Odinism. I do wear patches on my uniform that can be, but are not associated with Odinism. Can be? So it's an Odinistic patch that, yeah, you could look at it that way, or you could look at it, I guess a different way, right? I guess if someone was wearing a cross, you could say, well, it's a T. It wasn't a cross. I don't know. That the patches pay the utmost respect to my religious higher power, the same way a Christian person would wear a cross. There you go. Okay.
Then he's tripping.
How about that, folks?
How about that, folks?
How about that? Let's bring in my guests. Joining me.
Oh, look at him and look at that. He's got that pastel blue. You know what I mean? If you know anything about Vinny, 7 out of 10 days, Vinny's got that pastel blue, baby. 7 out of 10.
Me tonight in Indianapolis, Indiana, host of the Murder Sheet podcast. Make sure you download tonight. Anya Kane.
You know, I love my baby blue hoodie. My baby blue hoodie is like my favorite hoodie. My baby blue hoodie. Maybe I should I could be like the new Vinny. Instead of a tie, because you know I always wear my hoodies. Instead of a tie, I could wear my baby blue hoodie 7 out of 10 days, right? I should try. I need to do this from now. I need to double check to see if I'm going to be playing any court TV videos for a show. And I need to find out what color of tie Vinny's wearing, and I need to match it. Because I want to be on the same page as Vinny. Vinny's the shit. I love Vinny. I love Vinny. It's all in good funny, man. It's all in good fun, Vinny. You keep sport. Hey, man, it's a badass color. You know what I mean? If you love a color, roll with it. I love baby blue. I only wear it one day a week. I need to kind of flip it around. I need to get my own Evil CJ hoodie. By the way, if you are a mod for the show, and you would like a CJ's Angel hoodie, I'm going to be giving them to my mods. Just send me a DM in Discord, Twitter, Anything, just send me a DM. Let me know that you would like me to give you one. They're for my mods. You'll have a angel wings on the back of the hoodie, and you can have whatever color you want. You'll have angel wings on the back, and then you'll have the CJ's Angels logo on the front, or CJ's Angel, sorry. And so if you are a mod, do me a favor, shoot me a DM, Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, whatever, Discord, and I'll make sure to get you on the color that you want to.
Let's bring in my guests.
I appreciate you guys.
Joining
you guys
me tonight in
deserve it.
Indianapolis, Indiana, hosts of the Murder Sheet podcast. Make sure you download tonight, Anya Kane and Kevin Greenlee. And in Salt Lake City, Utah, I saw him shaking his head. Retired police commander, host of the Profiling Evil podcast, also an expert on religious cults. Mike King is with us. All right. I'll get to you in a second, Mike, because I know you got a lot to say about this. All right, Anya and Kevin. So this was the week where we had the response. And am I reading anything wrong? And do you have more information that it seems these guards, two of these guards, were wearing patches associated, whether directly or loosely, or could be interpreted as Odinism?
Yeah, so it's interesting. And we've learned a lot about heathenry and paganism since all this came out. But heathenry is a blanket term that refers to people who believe in the Germanic gods of old, the Norse gods of old. And that includes people who are not racist, they're not in cults, they're just normal people like you and I, just like how I'm a Roman Catholic, right? And that's their religion, nothing wrong with that. Odinism refers to a slice of that community that takes that and is white supremacist, they're linked to prison gangs. So basically calling all people who are heathens Odinists is a bit like calling all Mormons or people of the Church of the Latter-day Saints, affiliating them with followers of Warren Jeffs, who runs a polygamous cult that targeted young children. So it's kind of like the defense is painting with a very, very broad brush when they refer to basically all symbols associated with heathenry as being directly linked to Odinism, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. It does. And we've been saying from the beginning, freedom of religion in this country. You can practice whatever you want. I mean, this religion predates Christianity. It's been around a long, long time. But how common is it? Because before this, I'll be honest, never heard of it. Don't have any friends who have ever discussed it with me if they practice it or if they know people that practice it. In all your research, you're finding that it's more common than we might think?
I think it's interesting because we've definitely found and heard from a lot of pagans and heathens who've reached out to us saying, I in no way am involved with child murder or child sacrifice. That's not what me and my fellow members of the faith are about. So we've definitely heard more about it now just because it's being sort of targeted by the defense in their, scheme of a grand conspiracy involving Odinists across the state. And so I think it's probably a little more common than we might think. And again, most heathens are very normal, just nice people. Odinism, the sect, the kind of side of things that aren't so nice, that is linked to white supremacy, criminal gangs, prison gangs. So that is where you actually do get people who are, maybe more, concerning, I suppose.
Right. And that's where the defense says that it's been hijacked by white nationalists, which would be folks in prison. And the question is that where these prison guards are? Or are they on the other side of this? All right, Mike King, when this all came down, we were like, there's no way that you're allowed to wear these patches if you're a prison guard. Like you wouldn't be able to wear, whether it's the Star of David or something that would show that you're a Christian, a cross, Jesus. I don't think you would do that on your actual, but apparently it was permitted. So what are you taking away from this tonight, Mike?
That once again, expect the unexpected in these kinds of cases that we look at on court TV, Vinny. I mean, I was one who stood up on your show and said, I don't believe it. And I'm still scratching my head thinking, who made the rule that allowed that kind of whackery to happen. There's a thing called separation of church and state, and the inmate deserves to know that this is a fair and impartial system. The people working in that system need to know that I don't have to share what my favorite kind of brownie is or anything else. I need to go and do a job of ensuring that inmates remain in a facility, that they're given opportunity to grow and develop and hopefully get better, but that we protect the community from them when they're in there. And I'm just so disappointed in the fact that they were allowed to do that. And hopefully when that rule came down and they pulled those off of their uniforms, somebody did a serious relook at what a uniform should look like.
Right.
And Anya and Kevin, this was the warden permitted it, right? It wasn't like these were rogue officers who were breaking rules there.
No.
This was actually permitted.
Yeah, they got statements from. Oh, I'll let them finish.
Yes, it was permitted. And in fact, one thing that was interesting in these new materials that came out is that it was also emphasized that these two guards happen to have very good records. They don't have records of abusing prisoners.
Is that true, Regina? Does he wear a red tie when it's a verdict day?
They certainly don't have any records of threatening
Oh,
prisoners
hell
or trying
no.
to coerce
I
them
got a
into
red
making
hoodie.
certain statements. So I think it's pretty clear that if it was against the rules, the guards would not have been wearing the patches.
Right.
All right.
There's statements from other guards stating they're wearing other patches of other religions too.
Got some more to share with everyone tonight. And the reason why this is extremely significant is part of the evidence against this defendant is a confession. Take a look. On April 3rd, 2023, Richard Allen, and he's in prison at this point, made a phone call to his wife, Kathy Allen. In that phone call, Richard Allen admits several times that he killed Abby and Libby. Investigators had the phone call transcribed, and the transcription confirms that Richard Allen admits that he committed the murders of Abigail Williams and Liberty German. He admits several times within the phone call that he committed the offenses as charged. His wife, Kathy Allen, ends the phone call abruptly. So then the defense said corrections officers were within earshot of every conversation between Richard and his attorneys, and even between Richard and his wife, close enough that Richard would have to be worried about any conversation with his attorneys and with his wife being overheard by Sergeant Blank and Sergeant Blank or other corrections officers.
Hey, everybody hopping in. Thank you. What's up, Doodlebug, Cherry, Regina? Thank you. Appreciate you.
Corrections officers even required that Richard Allen be positioned facing
the shit that came out is... If you guys weren't caught up on this, oh my gosh, it's the leaked photos of the crime scene got out. Horrible.
the window where the
right now we're just talking about the Odinism part from Court TV a couple days ago, and then we'll be transitioning into some into another segment where we're getting on another case here.
Corrections officer was videotaping the attorney visits with the handheld camcorder. Richard would therefore not be able to
And by the way, there is a notification out for tonight. I'll go ahead and share that real quick. We'll be doing part 2 of the Idaho 4 Fresh Notes, Old Notes episode, part 2. So here's the link for that. And we already got the notification set. And it'll be for 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern.
Privately discuss anything with his attorneys, such as, quote, "The guards are telling me that my wife and family will be killed unless I call my wife and tell her that I killed those girls." So, Anya and Kevin, this is the significance of all of this, because he's saying, or the defense is saying, this confession to my wife was made under duress and direct threat by these officers who had been wearing those patches.
Yeah, I think the most telling thing about that page is the associated footnote, number 15, in which the defense attorneys make it clear that he never said anything to that effect, that the guards never threatened to kill his wife in exchange for a confession. But, it could have happened.
It was basically speculation on the part of attorneys. It was basically speculation on the part of Allen's attorneys, and it is important to note that this is something that is strongly denied by the prosecution in these filings. They have these guards giving sworn affidavits under penalty of perjury, strongly asserting that they never made any threats to Richard Allen, never tried to coerce Richard Allen into making any statements.
Yeah, that's where the memo gets a little conspiratorial, in my opinion, but it's definitely an interesting strategy.
Oh, it's a strategy, but you have to have a good faith belief if you're going to allege that in court. You can't drop footnotes in the courtroom.
No,
not
at all.
I don't think so. Mike, so we this is an important piece of evidence for the prosecution, because this is a case that, directly linking this defendant. The obvious way you link a defendant to a crime is through a confession, and the jury has to believe that this confession is not coerced, that it was voluntary. What are your thoughts about everything that's going on allegedly in this prison and him making this call? Does it have the ring of truth to you that he would confess to his wife?
Yeah, it does have a ring of truth to me that he would confess, Vinny. And I think back to one of your guests who talked about the stressors that are on inmates and the need to kind of cleanse at certain points throughout the incarceration period. I think this thing's going to really boil down to transparency and what protocol is in that facility. Is he being treated differently, and do they have a reason to justify him being treated differently, or is this the way that every inmate is being treated in there? And boy, I agree with Anya and Kevin on this concept of the defense.
And that's a good point, Jerry. And he's also not going to say, yeah, I threatened him. I threatened him that if he didn't admit it to his wife, this was good. Damn straight. Dude. And this comes from the top, yo. This comes from the top, allowing this to take place. It makes you wonder what kind of other freaking bullshit's going on. Like, who runs the freaking prison, right? Who runs the prison? You're gonna
merely bringing up, hey, by the way, this could have happened. Well, aliens could have beamed into his room and said something too. And I just think it was really inappropriate. Again, I have to keep pinching myself and saying, wait and see as more evidence comes out, because this case keeps just surprising me day after day.
Yeah, the only way that gets in front of the jury is if Richard Allen gets on the witness stand. To me, that's the only way, right? It's the defense could potentially put it in their opening statement and then hide behind attorney-client privilege, as the good faith basis. I've seen that done successfully in trials, but to get it in front of the jury, it has to come from Richard Allen, because he would be the one that received the threat. And maybe, I don't know why the defense would put it out that way, but it could have something to do with attorney-client privilege and not wanting to reveal or get locked into anything that he may or may not say if and when he chooses to testify, but we shall see. All right, here's the good news. Mike King is staying with us, but Anya and Kevin are taking off. It's the Murder Sheet podcast. Download it. Everything we do here in even greater detail all the time. Great to see you, Anya and Kevin.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Mike, you don't go anywhere. All right, when we come back, we're going to go back to the scene, folks. We're going to take a look at the scene, plus coming up. That's the killer. That's the killer. Now, did he act alone? Did he act with others? Or is it not the killer? Is it Richard Allen? This case has really taken on a life of its own at this point. You know, it took 5 years. 5 years, nothing. Now we've got all these different things happening at once. So let's get to the scene of the crime. And we have put together this graphic that is based upon the description from this defense filing, this defense memo. So you have Libby laying flat on her back, her left arm stretched above her head, touching the base of the large tree. Her right arm was placed along the side of her body. A large branch was placed on her left shoulder. The branch extended above Libby's head and below her legs. Two smaller branches formed a V where her legs joined. Both sides of the V extended upwards towards Libby's head. The branch extended across Libby's body on a line from the right shoulder to the left shoulder. Then we go to Abby, just feet away from Libby at an angle. Abby's legs are feet away from Libby's legs, their heads just a few feet apart. Abby was on her back, elbows bent with her arms placed on her chest. Abby's left hand and arm were the left side of the face, right hand and arm near the right side of her face. Left leg was straight, right leg was bent at the knee. Her bent right leg was under her left leg. 3 tree branches placed on top of Abby in the shape of an asterisk. Above Abby's head, smaller sticks placed over her hair, crudely mimicking horns or antlers. Okay, that's the scene. That's the scene. Let's bring in our guest, still with us, retired police commander, host of the Profiling Evil podcast, Mike King. In Orange County, California tonight, investigative producer and author of Forest for the Trees, Chris Todd, is back with us. And finally, in Jacksonville, Florida, retired FBI Special Agent Jennifer Coffendorfer is with us. Okay, great to see everyone. So we've got these prison guards allegedly wearing these patches. Now the allegation is that this scene is ritualistic in nature. Chris Todd, what are your thoughts about the scene itself? There's a lot of strange things going on here.
Well, and also just to get my tidbit out tonight is now the discovery file is being leaked. So now supposedly the real photographs of the bodies are being leaked to podcasters. So that's the latest thing that I'm getting flooded with over the last 48 hours. So
wow.
Yeah. So I'm not going to comment too much about it, but from what I'm sensing is when people talk about the sticks and the shapes, I'm basically getting some people are like, oh, it's a ritual. And I'm getting some people being like, oh, it looks like they're crudely buried in a very dark manner. So there's something there for sure.
So it seems, Jennifer Coffendorfer, what we may have here is one of those like ink blot tests, right? You put it out there. Some people see something. Some people don't see something. Depends what you're looking for or not looking for.
That's right. Sorry, Vinny. Yes, that's right. I think that those sticks really probably serve to try to mask the bodies and cover them up. But the way they were laid, it made these antler shapes. It made these formations that the defense is saying, look, this is an Odinistic style burial, if you will. And that's what they're running with. Like you said, their ink blot says Odinist. Mine says covering the bodies.
Mike King, you studied religious cults, the way they act, the way they do things. Let me throw out a couple scenarios here. Have you ever heard of like a ritualistic killing done by one person, or is it done by a group when they're doing it as a ritual, as some sort of a sacrifice?
Oh, no, absolutely. There are individuals who have committed ritualistic crimes. Sometimes that can go as far as even a predator who takes someone and they know that victim, for instance, is religious in nature, and they will use that against them. They will tell them, I'm going to kill your puppy if that's what's important to him. If you tell anybody, somebody else may say, God's going to condemn you forever. But individuals, absolutely ritualistic kinds of things. There are a few examples of groups that have done those kinds of things. And so I think it's something you said was really important in the beginning, Vinny, and that is, are we seeing what we believe is there, or are we believing what we're seeing? And we have to be really careful when we look at the staging that goes on in some of these kinds of cases. We have to think about the predatory mindset as an individual goes from an organized offender into this disorganized state that many offenders do when the crime scene starts to get out of control. And then we start seeing experimentation and all kinds of goofy things happening in these kinds of cases. So we can't read too much into this until we start looking at it in totality. And like our other...
Well, Sandy, that's what we were... When I had Coach Kevin Silkey on for our Delphi Odinism show earlier in the week, oh, well, I mean, I should say last week, that's kind of what the discussion was at some point. Some parts of it, I was kind of wondering, is that possible that it was staged to look like that? So then who has that kind of animosity? What's the reason? Why would they have done that? Those are the kind of questions that enter my head after that. But it was part of the conversation that we had with Coach Kevin Silkey. Definitely possible, for sure. I feel 100.
Other guests have said, we don't know what this really means. We haven't seen the photographs. I hope we don't see the photographs, and I hope that
I think we all are. Once it goes on the internet, everyone's going to be able to see it. That just scares
the wits out of me, Vinny. People shouldn't have to look at that. And frankly, we don't know. It could be somebody trying to cover them up and the sticks fell in the right places, or it could be very ritualistic in nature.
So, Chris, I mean, you investigated this story, and now we're hearing about Odinism, heathenry, this Norse paganism. Did you come across that? Was it something that hey, there's like this thing that's going on out there? Because the picture the defense is trying to paint, so you got prison guards doing it. You've got this ritualistic scene, and then we've got specific people who are practicing all of this. Did you come across any of that before the defense kind of laid all this stuff out?
Very early on, a lot of the hardcore Delphi people were talking about that, but this is a whole new ballgame. This is another world where they're bringing in the prison guards and the patches and Odinism. And so it was talked about this rune on the tree, and now that picture's online of the blood. And so it was, but now it's like mainstream. And I really feel, I smell some desperation by Richard Allen and his defense team. And if I was Richard, I wouldn't be happy with what they're doing, and I wouldn't be happy with what Richard's doing either. I think it's kind of a mess right now with what's going on with them, trying to blame other people, when there were some serious suspects very early on. Now we're going into a patsy. The guards are coercing him. It's kind of like spinning out of control. That's what I feel. I know people,
No, this is what we're trying to understand tonight. Is exactly what I mean. So, Jennifer, sometimes in a trial, there's always two sides. And right now we've got, the allegations, we've got this defense response. And I say, well, what would be in the middle of all this? Like, is it possible that, do we know anything about Richard Allen's background? Is it possible that he's an Odinist? Like, is that in play here? And that this becomes a good cover because, all right, there might be other Odinists out there, and like the scene has some ritualistic aspect to it? Or what does this scene strike you as? Does it strike you as a crime of opportunity, something that was pre-planned? Or is it a case of some sexual deviancy? What do you venture is happening at this scene?
Well, it's always never
Right, so
made
many
sense that
questions.
Richard Allen just happened upon these two ladies, these young ladies, and he was prepared. He had a knife, he had a gun, and, was he hunting
We can look at
for,
it again here.
victims, or did he just happen upon them? None of this really makes much sense, but I will say, with those patches being identified and those individuals
Right.
saying, yes, they're Odinistic type patches, that puts some meat on the bone to me for the
Right.
defense. from the standpoint of a lot of people thought there's no way prison guards have these sorts
Right.
of patches. Well, guess what? They did.
Right.
And what's also interesting is just because you don't have a patch doesn't mean you're not an Odinist. And how did Richard Allen even know what those patches meant? He
Right.
knew. Why did he know?
Right.
That's a great point as well. All right, stay where you are, everyone, because when we come back, we're going to talk about those specific suspects. We're not going to name them, just going to give them numbers. But the defense has named them in this memorandum, and we're going to talk about the evidence that they say implicates them as the killers.
So when we get done with this episode, I'm going to show you the pictures, okay, of what Court TV was showing. So I'll answer your question, Cherry. And then after that, I'm going to have to make a new merch store because the other merch store, for some reason, is bugged out and doesn't work anymore. So even if you click on the link, it does not take you to a store. So I'm going to have to make a brand new store. I'll be doing that after the show's over. I'm going to put a couple items up there, but what I'm going to do is after this episode's over, I'm going to show you guys the logo, the CJ's Angel logo. I'm going to show you what logos go on the hoodies, and I'll at least have the hoodie up, and then you can see the available colors. Now, there's going to be like 40 different colors I can choose from. You're only going to see 5 on the store. So if there is a specific color that you want, I can let you know, and I can host an offline StreamYard and show you exactly the color of the hoodie. So it's going to be completely custom for you. It's going to be the exact color you want out of the 40 colors you can choose from. Only 5 will show on the store. But it'll be all 40 colors you can choose from. You can choose a color. You'll have a logo on the back and a logo on the front. And you'll have a personalized name logo that goes on the front of the hoodie too. So it'll be totally customized just for you specifically. And that goes to all the mods. Thank you. I appreciate you guys' hard work. You guys mean everything to me, and you guys do such an amazing job of making sure it's about the peace, positivity, and progress with me being so focused on running a live show. I really do appreciate everything that you guys do for me, for the show, and for the community. And it's hoodie season, so who doesn't want a nice soft hoodie?
Richard Allen, you child murderer! Why did you do it? Shame on you! Shame on you, Richard! You're going to prison for the rest of your life! Shame on you, Richard Allen!
There's Richard Allen. Now, again, we're going through what the defense is saying here, and I said 2 approaches to this. Is this something that could muddy the waters at trial, or is this the actual truth? Richard Allen is innocent, and somebody else did it. Let's get to who they are pointing their fingers at. As always, we are not naming the names. We're giving these suspects that the defense is pointing at numbers. So let's take a look. This is from the defense. This is from the actual Odin report that was done by investigators in the case. Person 1's son was dating Abby Williams at the time of the murders. On February 17th, 2017, the FBI interviewed Person 1 at the Delphi Police Department, and Person 1 said the following. His son was 16 years old and was a friend of Abby. Person 1 stated that he visited Delphi every weekend to hang out with his friend, Person 2. When Person 1 would go to Person 2's house in Delphi, he would bring his son. Person 1 believes that is when his son would contact Abby. Person 1 said he and his friend, Person 2, started a, quote, tribe of Asatru followers. They had meetings at Person 2's house on Sundays and have 5 or 6 regular members. Asatru is interchangeable with Odinism. Person 1's ex-wife told investigators when Person 1 was intoxicated, he told her Person 1 and Person 2 got into a fight while near a river in the woods conducting a ritual. One of them did something the other no longer agrees with, and they no longer talk. She said the river was near Person 2's house. The friendship between person 1 and person 2 appeared to end around February 13th, 2017. That's the day of the abduction and murder. The girls were abducted February 13th. Person 2's home was 3.1 miles or a 7-minute drive to the entry point to the area where the girls were murdered. And that's from part 1 of the Odin Report. Let's bring back in our guests, Mike King, Chris Todd, Jennifer Koffendorfer. Chris, your thoughts about person 1 and person 2 here. Again, more of these pagan, Odinist heathens in Indiana.
Well, I have a photo of the son with, supposedly was dating Abby, actually. And I know who they're talking about, his father, which we're not saying anybody's names. And like Nick McClellan said, the prosecutor says this is colorful, but lacking any basis of truth, right? And very unprofessional. So he's already stated that too. So again, we're starting to pull in this conspiratorial angle. And also they mentioned one of these gentlemen supposedly has the mental capacity of an 8-year-old. Okay, that's in the Franks motion. So this is the circus that we're creating with these guys. And I don't know if we're making them famous or we're making them infamous. I don't know what's going on, boots on the ground there, but it's a little out of control in my eye.
Jennifer Koffendorfer, your thoughts about person 1, person 2, also allegedly practicing this rare, unusual, pre-Christian Nordic religion?
Well, again, Benny, now we're seeing, again, a little bit more meat on the bone, that this just isn't some fantasy or something that isn't really practiced anymore, that they actually had meetings, that they came together. And then certainly this fight that occurred at this time frame, could give someone pause. I think the defense is just merely trying to establish some sense of reasonable
I'm sorry, it's so hard to listen to her, but I have to on this.
doubt in this case, and it's building. The building blocks are coming along for them.
All right, fasten your seatbelt, Mike King. Here we go. This is from the Odin Report, Part 2. On April 7th, 2017, person 1 posted a photo of his hand marked with a rune resembling the formation of sticks found on Abby's body. Trooper Purdy learned person 1 was an Odinist and looked at his Facebook page where he saw a photograph of 2 girls apparently lying on the ground of the forest, posed as if they were dead with tree limbs arranged over their bodies. Person 1 created a creepy painting of a man believed to be Odin hanging upside down from a tree with his legs posed similar to Abby's at the crime scene. This painting also contains 2 hidden Easter eggs, including a red F rune at the base of the tree, just like the F rune painted on the tree at the crime scene. A video from February 2016 seems to show an Odinite ceremony. The ceremony is being filmed by person 1, and towards the end, someone who appears to be person 2 uses his hand to make a marking on a tree. Person 1's Facebook page links him to person 3 in Rushville, Indiana, different part of the state. A witness told law enforcement that on February 14th, 2017, person 3 told her he was in a gang, had been on the bridge with 2 girls that were killed, and that someone named Abigail was a pain and a troublemaker. In 2018, law enforcement gave this witness a polygraph test to determine if she was being truthful about person 3's alleged statements, and she passed.
What? About what?
A witness told law enforcement that on February 14th,
and then certainly this fight that occurred.
1 posted a photo of his hand marked with a rune resembling the formation of sticks found on Abby's body. Trooper Purdy learned person 1 was an Odinist and looked at his Facebook page where he saw a photograph of 2 girls apparently lying on the ground of the forest, posed as if they were dead with tree limbs arranged over their bodies. Person 1 created a creepy painting of a man believed to be Odin hanging upside down from a tree with his legs posed similar to Abby's at the crime scene. This painting also contains 2 hidden Easter eggs, including a red F rune at the base of the tree, just like the F rune painted on the tree at the crime scene. A video from February 2016 seems to show an Odinite ceremony. The ceremony is being filmed by person 1, and towards the end, someone who appears to be person 2 uses his hand to make a marking on a tree. Person 1's Facebook page links him to person 3 in Rushville, Indiana, different part of the state. A witness told law enforcement that on February 14th, 2017, person 3 told her he was in a gang, had been on the bridge with 2 girls that were killed, and that someone named Abigail was a pain and a troublemaker. In 2018, law enforcement gave this witness a polygraph test to determine if she was being truthful about person 3's alleged statements, and she passed. Person 3 was asked to take a mouth swab for DNA testing. He then asked the trooper what would happen if his spit was found on one of the girls at the crime scene. Mike King?
Yeah, I mean, that's great for the defense to be able to create doubt and question in the mind of a jury, and all of this is certainly for that purpose. The thing that is going to be interesting in my opinion, Vinny, is whether there are other corroborating things that back these up, because there are numerous cases where people have shared insider information that is leaked out, and they purported that they had some kind of inside information. We see it in some serial killer cases. I remember Robert Ben Rhodes, how offended he was that somebody was getting credit for his murders. Same thing happened with BTK when somebody got wind of some of the things recovered in the investigation and then used it to confess. And we think, how would anybody ever confess to something like this? And frankly, it's just some people have such mundane lives that this is a way for them to have a form of legacy. But how do you discount the kinds of information that's coming forward? And I just hope that the prosecution has solid information that helps them say, we've excluded that because of these things.
All right, everyone stay where you are. We're doing a little change here. We're going to go into some overtime here. So Chris, Jennifer, please stay where you are. We're going to continue our discussion because I want to know about these Facebook links and any sort of connection to Odinism here. This stuff is scaring me. This is scaring me, especially if I'm a prosecutor in the case. But I'm not feeling like we're proving someone else did it. But stay where you are. Coming up next hour.
On the docket tonight in Dedham, Massachusetts, Karen Reed has been accused of murdering her police officer boyfriend, John O'Keefe, with her car. She claims it's a police conspiracy.
That'll be a different case. Let me see. Are they going to finish up talking about it? Yes.
TV.
We'll get into it. Thank you, everybody, for happening.
Welcome back. We're talking about the Delphi murders. Our guests are still with us.
And drop a comment.
I want to break this down. And Chris, I'll begin with you. Looking at person 1 Facebook posts predating the release of any of this information. Person 3, alleged confession. Person 3 is the one described as having the reduced mental capacity. Person 2 is the one who's living near the murder scene 3 miles away, but is having these rituals. Is there a grain of truth to these allegations that you came across? Let's begin with those Facebook posts.
And this will fit. I'm working a case in the Midwest of a young man that was murdered, and it's very similar to this, where some of these people will start to brag and toy with you right after the murders, a year later, in different time frames, and they know they didn't do anything, so they can say crazy stuff. Like they're saying, oh, what if somebody spit on them? Is there DNA? And you're like, whoa, why are you saying that? So I've seen this before, and I'm dealing with it now, and I will say, when you deal with these people and there's like multiple going back and forth, sometimes you believe them, and they get you on these wild goose chases. So I think this is a case of that, where they're saying certain things because they know they didn't do anything, but they want to jump in. These people are from another town. It's a different county, Rush County.
Right.
And these police getting involved in this, they don't have jurisdiction. So there's a lot of layers here, but that's the basics of where I'm at now.
Yeah. And on that note, Jennifer, if we take a step back, right, because this is now a widening conspiracy, and there would have to be, I would think, some connection between person 1, person 2, person 3, and those correction officers, right? Like they've got to connect them if they want to really bring this together to convince me that the truth is this man is innocent.
Right, Vinny. But the bigger thing that just really gnaws at me is what was done with this crime scene. In other words, is there anything from the crime scene that would connect these individuals? As an example, this rune F on the tree. Did law enforcement do the right thing and cut out that rune and the bark and look for DNA? There would have been much, a lot of DNA on there, touch DNA from rubbing and making this rune. The sticks, we know these girls were found by citizenry that were searching. Did they rush to the girls and move the sticks in any way? What about EMS when they came up? Was anything touched? Was anything bothered? When were those pictures exactly taken? And is there DNA that could possibly connect person 1, 2, or 3 to this scene? And at the end of the day, did they have alibis? I just believe the prosecution is going to be able to hopefully make some distinctions here, whether they can even be connected, Vinny.
All right. Big thank you, Mike King, Chris Todd, Jennifer Koffendorfer, working overtime.
At 11,
Whoa,
we're
Vinny.
learning more about a Frank.
Vinny. Oh, yeah, I want to play this real quick. Yeah.
Franklin Township teacher reported missing in Puerto Rico.
I want to play
Chase
this
Howell
real
talked
quick.
with her friends tonight and learned groups are searching for her right now. Chase?
Scott, that's right. Amanda Webster, the woman behind me here in this video, went to Puerto Rico on a solo vacation. Her friends say that was completely normal for her to do. In fact, they say she did it all the time. As for what went wrong this trip, that question they hope she'll answer one day. This cell phone video taken by Amanda Webster may be one of the last places she visited before disappearing in Puerto Rico.
At this point, I feel like she's still with us, but I'm not sure for how long.
Webster's friends say she landed in Puerto Rico on Monday and would send videos of her vacation to them like this one. But come Wednesday, the only picture of Webster they'd see was on this flyer sent out by police after her Airbnb host reported her missing.
She was really good about checking in and checking out, letting people know, especially when she's on her own. And she had told them she was going hiking there, and she never came back.
Back home, Webster's loved ones gathering around the Kyle Oak in Irvington to light candles, hoping she'll make it back home.
Amanda's amazingly resourceful and resilient, and I feel like with the search party that is looking for her, that is growing by the day, that she's going to be found.
Like many of Webster's friends, Lisa Kirkwood remains optimistic, but also has her worries.
I'm scared to death and don't like to let my mind go there.
Right.
So I'm definitely upset, shaken, scared.
But despite the unknown, Webster's friends are planning for her safe.
Aw. That's so sad. I'll leave it on that picture for a minute. You definitely got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely got to be careful, ladies. I want to share this real quick. We're not going to be getting into this today. I was thinking about trying to get into it today, but we're out of time for this segment. So here is the link if you want to check Salty Sleuthin is the channel. Shout out Salty Intuition. Sorry, Sleuthin Intuition. Here we go. Sleuthin Intuition. And then there's the link for the video if you want to listen to the conversation. We'll might get into it in a future episode. Grizz, I want to schedule an episode where we talk that map stuff, man. So please reach out to me about that. I know you're busy, though. I know you're busy. So I'm going to show you. We're going to go back to the graphic part, okay? Be a trigger warning. Now, this is a couple things I'm going to show you. Number one, you had mentioned, let me see, I highlighted the comment about the tarot card, okay? So here's the tarot card. And yeah, I have to make a brand new store, and I'll go through the merch here in a second. Yeah, I unfortunately have to make a new one. So this is the tarot card that is being referred to, okay? Or cards. So there's the cards. So just take a screenshot if you want. All right, now I'm going to show you the scene, okay? Okay, so again, look at that. Now, obviously, they're not the same way the cards are, but if you know what I'm saying? So, so you were talking about sticks. So here's the sticks. I don't know if I see a numbers. What'd you say? A Roman numeral or something? I'm not sure if I see that or not. There's the other one. The two sketches. And then the symbol. So again, I don't know about the Roman numerals. The F doesn't necessarily look like that kind of F, but you look at the tarot cards. You look at the tarot cards, and then you look at this, and I don't know. It seems kind of... Okay. And then look at this. This is obviously see the Libby part as the magician card, right? But I want you to focus on this part when it comes to Abby. Look at how... Okay, now see how the position of the body, right, with the sticks that were laid out like a cross. Okay. I mean, I don't know. It's just, it is similar. But who knows? All right, so now we're going to get to a non-graphic part there. So this is the angel logo that will go on the back of your hoodie, and we'll have the wings will be in white, and then you can have whatever color of CJ's angel you want. Like I said, it's all going to be custom to you. This will be the logo that's on the back. The colors are up to you. But with the wings will remain white, even if you get a white hoodie. Okay. This is what'll go on the front. This will go on the front of the hoodie. So you get the wings on the back. Okay. You get the wings on the back with the CJ's angel. On the front, you get the CJ's angel. On one side of the hoodie, and on the other side of the hoodie, you get your name. Okay. Totally customizable for you. And these hoodies, they're like 55 a piece, and they're very comfortable. Okay. Very comfortable, very soft. You'll love them. Trust me. Be very warm for you. Very comfy. And you get a cool logo with your name on it. So when it comes to the merch store, because I have to make a new one and I can't show you all the items, I literally have to make like 40 new items again. But when it comes to the merch store, these are the different things that you can get on there. So if there is any of these items that you don't see on a store and you want to get one, let me know. And it'll be, again, totally customizable. You let me know where you want the logo, how big you want the logo, the color of logo you want, and the name. So these are all the different items. And then you can just reach out to me. Now, when it comes to the t-shirts, I'm going to have my own t-shirt line coming out here soon. But if you really do have to have a t-shirt, then reach out to me, because then I can, again, totally customizable. Okay. Stickers, mouse pads, coffee cups, fleece pants, shorts, whatever. So even if you don't see it on the store, these are the things that you can request and we can make them for you for that. All right, so now we got through all of that. Now, there is something that came out this morning. Didn't know it was coming out. And I want to check it out with you all, but I kind of want to save it for tonight's show. The trash boom. But Harsh Reality came out with video. Shout out, Harsh. Appreciate him. I still have that crown for the F-bombs now. Oh, yeah, baby. I got it back. You know I would get it back. So we're going to share his channel real quick. We're going to check out this video about Linda Lane debunk. Audio, I think so. When it comes to the video, no. I don't. The only thing you can wonder, because it is definitely interesting, the video. You can't. The video is interesting. But the timestamp, that's always been my biggest question ever since them damn things came out. The timestamp. Let's see what it is. Is it debunked? Is it debunked? Let's put some trophies on there. Shout out, Harsh. Appreciate your hard work, sir. Boom. Somebody's smoking a cigarette or a cigar.
Well, hello. How is everyone? I hope you're all well. And I hope also that you feel as amazing as you look, because if so, then you're going to have an amazing week. But anyway, the first thing we're going to be speaking about today is a video that I released yesterday. Now, I released one video yesterday, one single solitary video, and it was of man approaching waste receptacle. It was a video that multiple people had sent out to me and said, you need to look. You need to check this out. It's amazing. It's amazing what this person has found. And you know what? The thing is people are so invested in the Idaho 4 case that they see things and their mind's blown very easily. Mm-hmm. It's very easy to get caught up, carried away, just as I do. I do. And it does mean that we have to, at some point, step back and admit when we've made a mistake. And look, even though I didn't put this video out and say, look, this is what happened, this is what you're watching, I can validate it, accredit it, I can tell you that what you're seeing here is exactly what that is. I did put the video on and said, go and have a look, go and do your own homework, but it's out there and this is what it seems to be showing. And that's not the case. It's not the case at all. And what you saw at the beginning of this video was, in fact, that exact.
That's why we all ask you to trust us. You know what I'm saying? We're put, like, there's a reason why we're on this platform. There's a reason why we're successful at this platform. There's a reason why there's a certain way to go about it, you know? And when it comes to a lot of this stuff, this video included, when it comes to a lot of this stuff, we know so much more, and it's our responsibility to make sure not only that we research everything that we can, but also to make sure that we understand that these things are very important to people. And everybody just wants to find the truth. Everybody just wants to figure out why certain things don't make sense. We all do. And that's why we understand it's so easy for everybody to believe certain things, because you might not know everything that goes on behind the scenes, which we do. And there's reasons why we either don't promote or don't talk about or don't entertain at the moment or for a time being or whatever, because we're not, when it comes to this stuff, we're trying to be respectful. We even explore it. That's why we're in the position where we're in, where we're doing the homework to explore this stuff, because we want to make sure that at the end of the day, it's about the victims' respect, the families' respect, and the community's respect. And respect comes from the real information. That's given the ultimate respect to these victims is the real information, whether it's against the narrative or it's with the narrative. Whether people want to make fun of me because I made a video showing how a DoorDash driver can get lost, watch it. Watch my freaking video and tell me if that doesn't sound, it was a sarcastic version, but it was like, damn, everybody keeps talking like this is a route that somebody committing this crime would take, and it's like, yo, if I gotta make a sarcastic version of somebody getting lost trying to make a freaking delivery, then so be it. It's about the truth no matter what, because I could easily sit there and say, yeah, look at this route that BK took right in front of the house. He was so sucked into it, he had to turn around a few times and all this. No, I'm going to talk like the damn truth. Like, look, if I got to fucking do a sarcastic version to show everybody that you watch that video and tell me that wouldn't be a DoorDash driver getting lost. the way that I'm making it sound. I mean, come on. It's about the truth. The right thing happening, the right person being convicted, whether they're incarcerated, whether they're in custody, whether they're out there roaming the freaking streets. The right person. That's what it's, the right person. So that's why we always ask, and I always ask, to please trust when it comes to these things. You know, when it doesn't sound, when I'm trying to not feed into some things, you know, like other people that have been on the show, when I'm not trying to feed into it, please don't make you think that it's like me being a jerk. No, it's not being a jerk. It's because I'm trying to protect you all from the BS. From the BS. And if that means that I have to like not play into it and I have to question it, then it is what it is, because that's, somebody has to do it. There's plenty of people out there that do it way better than I do. But damn, the shit needs to stop. People need to quit creating this fake shit, spreading this fake shit, talking about this shit that you definitely, I mean, not saying shit couldn't happen, because everything's a possibility, but damn, you need more evidence. You need more evidence. It's not about clicks and views. It's about the right thing. It's about the victims. It's about the families. It's about the community. When you're about clicks and views, you're as bad as Howard Bloom. Because it's the same kind of shit, yo. It's the same kind of shit as Howard Bloom. When you're out there talking that crazy ass shit. Same thing. Same thing. This video was from today. Shout out Harsh.
Just done, how can I say, not overlaid, not put any filters or anything like that on it. It was just plain raw image. It's been sent to me to clarify things. And look, it is what it is. It is what it is. What it seems to show quite clearly is a man approaching this waste receptacle, this wheelie bin, as we would call them in the UK, and he pulls out a torch. And as he turns away from the receptacle, you can see across the floor the beam of the torch. So this is just someone who's got a cigarette in one hand. He's out walking, he's checking the bins, and he walks away. Quite an odd thing. I don't know why someone would be doing that at night time. Some people just like bin diving, it seems. Maybe it's an up-and-coming sport that nobody knows about, and he's doing some late-night practicing of said sport. But no, just a guy walking about with a torch, looks in bin, walks away. So it's not somebody approaching the bin and discarding of a murder weapon. It's not Jack S, it's not Jack D, it's not Hunter, it's not Loach, it's not anybody of any connection seemingly to this crime in Idaho. And there we go. So let's look at it like this. Do we, and would it be fair to assume that at some times our hunt, our search, our desire for answers, our desire to get what we want out of it makes us look at things with almost like a rose-colored shade on? Do you know what I mean? Where, you know what it's like, you when you might have a partner who's an asshole, but you don't see it because you've got rose-tinted shades on, and you just see the good. You see what you want to see in it. You see the picture of this perfect angel that is doing everything for you. And that's, I feel, the same with some of the video footage that we're seeing, the Linda Lane stuff, the numerous clips that have been put out there. Same with the clips of Brian Koberger when he's interacting with officers of the law, where some people see.
That's why I was like, y'all need to chill out on this audio with the Linda Lane. We don't even know if this timestamp's real. I'm definitely into checking out the video, but I already put a whole bunch of work. If I want to recheck it out, I'll just go back to my old episodes when I did a dive on it. I spent 3 days on the shit. Oh my gosh. I didn't even check it out, honestly. Hugh, I mean, that's cool. Shout out to her. I didn't even check it out because honestly, I didn't think it was real from the fucking get-go. You didn't see me play the shit, did you? That's what I was saying a little bit ago, a few minutes ago. Like sometimes you got to trust me, guys. Like sometimes it's going to seem like, "Damn, why is he being difficult?" I'm not being difficult. I'm not. It's because I'm like, no, this channel's not. Nah, no. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Right, exactly, Crystal. Right. Yeah, the video with the car, this person walking by dumpster. There's a whole bunch of people that already dug into it. When it got sent to me before people knew about it, then I didn't even. I'm like, nah, because at that point already, it was like, yo, who says the Linda Lane timestamp is even the timestamp? You know. Anybody can crop a frickin' security feed just enough to get rid of a timestamp and throw a new frickin' timestamp on it. I mean, come on. Like it's that simple. You don't even have to have fucking you could have the 1996 computer video editing software to do that shit. You don't even need nothing special. I mean, that's why it was like, yo, wasn't being difficult. I'm just like, yo, we've already put time into it. I don't understand. I don't understand. Just trust me, y'all, please. Please. I give everybody 150. I would never give anybody less than that. I even give my enemies 150. You know what I mean? I would never give you guys less than 150. Always trust me.
This person who's seemingly acting quite polite, for those who want Brian Koberger to be guilty, they see a completely different thing. They see someone who is a narcissist, who is almost being, arrogant and controlling in that interaction. And, that's kind of my point there. My point is, be careful. And we all need to do it. We all need to be careful how we interpret the things we hear and the things we see, how much faith we put in them, and ask ourselves truly, is that faith of what we're putting in this thing we're seeing purely based on our desire to have what we believe is the right thing? Whether it be guilty, whether it be innocent, and we're manufacturing a way to fit this into that narrative in our heads. Do you know what I mean? I think it's very easy to do that. And in the Idaho 4 case, I think it would be fair to say that at ground level, there is enough questions already that need to be answered, and we don't have to go searching for them. We don't have to go manufacturing them. And it's that manufacturing of things that then loses people credence when it comes to saying, do you know what? I don't believe that Brian Koberger is guilty. Or at the very least, I believe that Brian Koberger had help. You then lose credence because people will turn around and say, but aren't you the same people that thought that there was a hooded man discarding a knife into a refuse receptacle on Linda Lane? You're a nutcase, and we don't need to listen to you. You're a conspiracy theorist. When in reality, we're just on the same journey as what these other people are. We all want the same thing.
Yeah, it just creates more confusion for you guys. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't play some of this shit, because the last thing I want to do is create more confusion for you guys, because we're all about the same thing. We're all about the justice. That's why we're here. That's why we're a part of these shows. That's why we're talking about these cases. That's why all of us, even you guys out in chat, are doing your own homework. Because we're all about, well, some of us are about the same thing, about the victims, about the justice, about the truth. And so when people do shit like that, it's like, you know, this is what I always tell people that do shit like that. If you're gonna take that kind of energy to make negative shit, can you imagine the force of what we could be doing together collectively if they would take that energy, use it for the positive? Can you imagine how much more justice would be happening for these cases that we cover? That's why I don't understand all the fighting. I don't understand all the arguing. I don't understand all the shit talking. I don't understand all the complaining. I don't understand all the battles between people. I don't understand it all. I don't understand the jealousy. I don't understand the railroading. I don't understand the backstabbing. I don't understand any of it. Because if you could take all of that energy and put it towards the positive and be about the victims 150 fucking %, geez, can you imagine the tidal wave of force that would take place when it comes to the justice happening in these cases? And not only the justice, it would wake the fucking people up who are doing this crazy ass shit and go, shit, maybe I need to do it better or not do it at all, and watch the fucking bullshit start to lower. You know what I'm saying? When people are being held accountable for real. And that comes from that tidal wave of a community. That is when shit changes too. You not only can affect the current shit that takes place, that you can affect the future too. And I just don't understand why people do all of those different things when they could literally take that energy, turn it into a positive energy instead, use that as a force, as a collective. Imagine the possibilities. Imagine I just don't understand. I don't.
All want, or I would
Right,
hope
dude.
we all want, the justice.
I mean, let's be real. There is speculation because we're not at the water cooler, but damn, you gotta be respectful with your fucking speculation. It's not about the views and fucking clicks and subs and donations and all that shit. It's ridiculous. And then the people that are freaking talking about all that fucking shit, they're the ones that get all the fucking donations and shit instead of people like that are actually fucking doing work and actually fucking being respectful and actually doing the right thing, and they all get left behind. You know what I'm saying? It's just fucked up. And it's like I'm gonna go on a fucking rant. I'm sorry. Never mind.
The four victims of
I'm gonna go on
what happened at 1122 King Road. We want the right person caught. We want all the people caught who was involved, anything to do with it, and we want them all brought to justice. But it's just how we get there, and it's how we go about it, and it's these things that make us clash when we don't seemingly at this stage in time have the same thought processes. We don't have the same resolutions in our mind of what is currently out there to see. And where some of us think that there's enough out there to at least be confident in the fact that Brian Kohberger is at least involved and he's done something, other people, they need more. They need to have a lot more. And I would just ask people who are concrete in their feelings that Brian Koberger is guilty to ask, say you had a loved one, whether it be a child, whether it be a niece, nephew, brother, sister, if they found themselves being accused of something, who would you want in their corner if you felt that your loved one was innocent? Would you want someone who was very quick to write them off and consider them guilty? Or would you want someone who was willing to dig, willing to give them the benefit of the doubt, willing...
Right, whether they have a college degree or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you going to talk shit like, because I swear, and that somehow affects my intellect? Because I swear makes me a dumb fucking person? Because I didn't go to college for a degree in criminal what the fuck ever? I don't know, and I don't have a right to talk about. I don't have a right to make an opinion. I don't have the right to sit there and sleuth.
To go that extra mile in wanting and demanding that they're seeing everything that needs to be seen, in order to confidently say, no, do you know what? Every single thing we need to say that they're guilty has been seen. And I don't need no more. And I know in the Idaho 4 case, we consistently hear people say that there is going to be more. There is going to be more evidence. There's going to be more things that come out. And again, I'm not saying that you're wrong, but how I feel about it is that when you've got a defense team that is requested evidence, if you like, the discovery is basically evidence against their client. They've requested it 8 times, and then you're looking at what you're looking at and you feel that there's things missing. You almost feel that you're on the same journey. You're in the same position as what the defense are. So you feel that there's a correlation between you and your thoughts and the defense and their thoughts. And that's where you then come to this juncture in, hold on a second, even the defense are asking for stuff. They haven't seen enough. We haven't seen enough. Is there enough?
Right.
But anyway, I thought I would clear that up from yesterday. I hope,
especially with all the, that's what I'm saying. When we first read the PCA, you could see all the freaking holes in it. You could see all the holes. When we're going through these different things and we're showing holes, it's reasonable doubt. Because people, when you're looking at it like, I'm looking at it like a juror. I'm not looking at it like it's my personal opinion, because I got a different personal opinion. I'm looking at it like a juror. It's my responsibility to talk about this shit like I would if I was chilling in the frickin' back room with the other juror members. The stuff that I'm saying, the stuff that I'm bringing up, the stuff that I'm showing, the stuff that I'm talking about is what I'd be talking about in the back room with the other members. Well, answer me this. Why is it this? Questioning. Innocent until proven guilty. I'm going to play this video here. You tell me, if you think that this isn't somebody getting lost. If you haven't seen it yet, you tell me if you think this isn't somebody getting lost while they're driving around trying to deliver an order. Because I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. And I don't understand what's so hard to, it's a sarcastic version.
And again, on the right side, you will start to see the crime scene come up on the right side. So this is the view driving eastbound on Queen Road towards the dead-end apartment buildings. And on the right, you're going to see here the crime scene home. This is all the investigators' vehicles that were here earlier today collecting those mattresses and boxes. And you would continue on, of course.
I just don't. It's got to be from one of the other houses. It has to. I don't know.
Going straight to turn around to come back. But that's a view of what passing by this home would be. And then again, this is video collected from these neighboring homes in this area, pinpointing this white Hyundai Elantra that they say Brian Koberger was driving starting at 3:29 a.m., making these passing drive-bys, Vinny.
Quick question, because then I want to get to the rest of this as well. As you drive past and you see those windows, which floors are that? Which bedrooms do you see as you're doing that pass by? Because if this car is casing the joint to see if anyone's awake, whose windows are you seeing?
Absolutely. So there's one way in and one way out of this road. So this is the only way in to this home, what you're looking at right now. Again, moving eastbound on Queen Road, you're going to see the house come up on the right side here. What you're going to see is you're going to see first the front door of the home. It's going to be hard because there's going to be all the law enforcement vehicles in front of the home, but you have the first floor with the front door where they're going in and out, and that would be one of the roommates, Bethany, on that floor. The second floor, if we have the front of the home, the second floor, the right window on the second floor would be Xana Kernodle's room, where Xana and Ethan would be. The left second floor window, I can even show you here behind me. You can see it. It's dark here on the second floor. That is the living room area of this home, where the first floor steps would come up, the living room area. On the back side of the second floor room, this living room area would be Dylan Mortenson's room on the second floor, Vinny. That gives you perspective. And then moving on up, of course, above this camera angle where I am would be the third floor, where Kaylee Gonzalez and Maddie Mogan would be at that time that car was passing by this home.
Absolutely. I want to show the folks at home some maps because I know you some more video to show us. Let's take a look at this map. This is, again, you see the crime scene. Let's zoom in on that crime scene. That's the home. And Chanley keeps talking about Queen Road. So at 4:04 in the morning, there's a fourth time that the suspect vehicle goes down Queen Road and then sort of turns around in front of that apartment complex, 500 Queen Road. Then you see it start to move forward and then stops. And they think it's either attempting to park or make some sort of a maneuver right in front of the car on Queen Road. But then it starts to move again and goes towards the intersection of King and Queen Road, and that's where it makes one of those 3-point turns, a K-turn. It turns around in that intersection and then heads back east on Queen Road, again towards the home. Now, Chanley, I know you put together some video showing all of this because this is significant. This is 4:04. This is when the car makes its final pass, and then it's time to break in.
I'm sorry. This path is like Joe Dirt going to commit this crime. Not somebody that studied SKs, that had questionnaires about what they felt, what mistakes they made. This is like a route that Joe Dirt would have took to go do this crime. Like, you're gonna fucking drive up, turn around right there, then come back around, do another turn, and then come back around. I'm sorry. I just assume this dude is smarter than what they're saying he is. Because they're saying he's stupid as fuck.
And that's where it makes one of those 3-point turns, a K-turn. It turns around in that intersection and then heads back east on Queen Road, again towards the home. Now, Chanley, I
mean, anybody. Like, who does that? What's up, Kelly? Who does that? Who literally, like, you're gonna commit a crime and you're gonna just look at that. Just look at it. To me, that looks like somebody that got lost trying to deliver food. And they got confused because they were like, wait a minute, I'm on Queen Road, but I need King Road. I need 1122 King Road. I'm on fucking Queen Road. What is my GPS telling me? That's like somebody got lost. I know this because when I go on my damn trips, sometimes my GPS doesn't like to tell me the right way, and all of a sudden I'm doing shit like this. That's somebody that got lost. That's not somebody that stalked out the property 12 times. Come on. Stalked out the property 12 times. But you're like Joe Dirt going to park the car.
Now you put together some video showing all of this because this is significant. This is 404. This is when the car makes its final pass, and then
Give me a break.
it's time to break into the home and commit a murder.
Don't either, Katrina.
Exactly. So again, we started at 3:29 a.m. So this is more than 30 minutes later, 3 passes by this home later. This is the fourth time, like you said, 4:04 a.m. again, making its way east on Queen Road one more time. This is the only way into this area. You see the crime scene to the right. He, according to this affidavit, continues on straight past these apartment buildings on the right and would make it's very narrow road. As you can see, I've spoke to most of these neighbors that live here on this road, this apartment complex. You would have to go all the way towards the end of this narrow road before you could turn around. It's going to be apartment number 52, according to the affidavit. In this area, this wider circle area where that white Hyundai Elantra turned around, according to this affidavit, and then goes back down the hill west on Queen Road, where he passes the crime scene one more time. It would have been on his left side, his driver's side of the car at that time. And according to the affidavit, that's when he sort of fails to either turn around, attempts to kind of park or turn around there right in front of the home. Remember those tire marks, Vinny, on this road that I'm showing you? They would be about where that red car is in front in this video, where those
The tire marks, right where that red car is. Yeah. In the parking lot that wasn't closed off in the beginning, right? They're the killer's tire marks. They're the killer's tire marks. It wasn't closed off, but it was preserved, sir. It was preserved.
tire marks were. So he would continue down. He'd pass it after this failed attempt to park or turn around in front of the home, and then see the intersection further down where King and Queen meet. He does a 3-point turn there before heading back to this home where, according to this affidavit, committed these murders within about 16 minutes before speeding off at 4:20 a.m. this direction out Valencia Road.
So let me ask you, Chanley, at 404, when all this is happening, what we're showing the folks right now, what's going on inside the house?
At 4:04, well, around 4 a.m., according to the affidavit, there was a DoorDash food delivery delivered to the home, and that was ordered by Xana Kernodle, the second floor room. She ordered food. I believe it was like Jack in the...
That's what they just did with the killer. Look, okay. Does this not look like... We're not even going to listen to him, okay? We're not even going to listen to him. Does this not look... Okay? Does this not look like somebody that's freaking lost trying to order food? I'm not even going to play what they're talking. Just watch their driving, okay? Damn, I swear I'm on Queen Road, but it says 1122 King. Is there another way to get to King Road? How do you... Hold on a minute. Let me look at my GPS again real quick. Okay, well, it's telling me I'm at the location, but I'm not at the location. Is that it? I don't know, but it's telling me I'm at the location, but I'm not. Shoot, hold on. Let me see if I can go. It must come around. King Road must come around because it's on King Road, 1122. Okay, hold on. Let me see. No, shoot. I can't go anywhere. No, it dead ends. Hold on a minute. No, hold on a minute. Let me go back. Hold on. Let me go back. It's got to be this way. It has to be. Hold on. All right. I don't know. I'm on Queen Road now. I'm on Queen Road, but it says 1122 King Road. Huh? Is that it? But it's Queen Road. I'm looking at the numbers on the house and it says 1122, but I'm on Queen Road. I'm lost, y'all. I don't know. You see what I mean? And when you go back to this,
let me know how you feel.
Does that not look like somebody that got friggin' lost trying to deliver food?
Yep.
I'm just trying to make it realistic for you guys, you know? Just trying to make it realistic. Like it's just like, you know what? I keep hearing about this stuff all the time. And it's like, you know what? Let me just make a sarcastic version so people can really see, you know what? This shit really could. This makes it. What else makes sense? I keep trying to tell people, I don't care if they're under the. If they're going there with that much rage, they don't. Not the Fumbaloo. Not the Fumbaloo like you see right here. No. Yeah. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just analyzing the facts. These are the facts, right? These are the facts, right? Just analyzing the facts, that's all. Trying to make sense of what don't make sense. Now there's some talk about this black box. I thought it was already confirmed a long ass time ago that the model of vehicle that he had didn't have the black box. And when it came to the black box, it only records a short time before an accident takes place and a short time after. No, I don't know. I don't know much about this black box, but I know that we kind of talked about it a long time ago. And I don't know, it didn't seem. Yeah, I'm thinking it could be. That's what I've been saying, Salty. White vehicle. DoorDash or something. I don't. You can give me all the reasons in the world. Seriously. You can give me all the reasons in the frickin' world. I do not see somebody that has that much rage to go commit the crime fumbalooing like this. It doesn't. I'm just analyzing the facts, yo. It's just my opinion. Just my opinion. I don't know. That's why I made a highlight out of it, made a sarcastic version of it. It's like, come on, people. I'm giving you a freaking play-by-play of somebody getting lost using Court TV's own freaking dash cam to show you guys how easy I don't see a fumbaloo. I just don't see it. Exactly. I have a lot of those, Salty. That's why so much shit gets talked. But I'm analyzing the facts. I'm about the truth. I'm about the justice respectfully. Number one, I think about others before I think about myself. That's why I always say I give 150. We're going to switch to this channel real quick, and this will be the last video of today's show. Thank you all for hanging out. We will be back tonight for tonight's True Crime show at 7:30 Central. Thank you for the gifted membership to Sherry K. Appreciate that. This is referring to that black box. So I'm going to share the link to this video. There's the channel. Watts the Obsession. Shout out to her. Appreciate her hard work and her efforts for the community. So we're going to switch to this real quick. This will be the last episode of today's show. Tomorrow morning, I will be hanging out on Silky Southern Tea's show in the morning. So that'll be where I'm at in the morning. I'll drop her link in a second. We're going to be talking paranormal. So I'm going to be joining her show as a guest tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 9:30 Central. And we'll be talking paranormal. And I'll be back tomorrow night over here for the True Crime episode. But don't forget to hop in tonight. We're going to have another good night, another great night of conversation. If you missed last night, definitely check it out. It's good stuff. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate your guys' support. No matter what, it means everything.
Welcome back to Watch the Obsession. I'm so glad that you are with us. Today's video about the Idaho 4 case is going to take a deep dive into telemetry and the possible telemetry readings on Brian Koberger's car. Telemetry data, it's the information that's recorded somewhere on your car that records and remembers its every move. When you shift gears, when you turn, when you slow down, when you speed up. Telemetry. Y'all remember the Murdaugh case not so long ago?
Vehicle engineer from the FBI out of Washington, D.C. He's the one that took the telemetry unit out of Alex Murdaugh's Suburban. The telemetry data. We have their cell phone distractions here. We also have the FBI telemetry report. Telemetry data just showing a system startup, the telemetry system.
On which the Suburban's underway?
That is correct. According to the telemetry data, is consistent with the data.
All right.
Telemetry.
We have some additional telemetry consistent with him. We have a bunch of green and blue boxes. Is this more telemetry data? And again, we'll go through the timeline in a bit, but this is generally consistent with some of the telemetry data that Falfosky did.
You get in your car, you kind of hear that noise before you start it up, the telemetry.
Below that, we have a orange.
I have the VIN number of the vehicle. I'm going to look up the VIN number, and I'll have that for tonight's show. I'm going to get the VIN number. I'm going to look it up, and I'm going to see if this model even features this, because I thought it didn't. I don't know. Let me know. I thought it didn't.
Blue box. What is that?
Koberger's. I'm talking Koberger's model.
So this is going to be from the FBI telemetry data.
Some believe, and I am one of them, that the telemetry data was one of the key critical pieces of evidence that proved Alec Murdaugh's guilt in that trial. It's hard to get away with a lie about what you're doing and where you're going when you're in your car and a computer in your car is recording.
It would show vehicle going into drive or park, moving, propulsion, that kind of stuff.
And that's, just to remind everybody, that's Murdaugh's trial. Maybe Murdaugh's vehicle had that option. I'm going to look at the VIN number tonight. And we're going to get into it tonight in the beginning of tonight's show. And we'll find out if this model really did have this option or not. Because I didn't think it did, but I don't know. I could be mistaken. I'm definitely not right all the time.
So
you know
interested
what I mean?
in learning the possible information that we are going to be getting from Brian Koberger's car ever since, well, we knew that Brian Koberger was the suspect. And I've been wanting to talk about this in a video. And I chose to make this video right now because
I thought the model, you could have one in an upgraded model, but I thought the model that he had wasn't upgraded to feature the black box.
Just a few days ago.
I'm going to find out, though. We have the VIN number. I'll look it up.
Oh, Nancy Grace had this guy on her show.
A mobile device forensic expert, Lee Reber. Now listen to this. He's the author of Mobile Forensic Investigations.
And they made a point of answering a question I've wanted to know for a long time. I've talked about it a few times during live streams. Maybe you were listening, but here it is.
you stated that you knew for a
Nancy
fact
Grace.
the 2000 Elantra.
Yeah, we're gonna skip Nancy. We're gonna skip Nancy. Sorry, we don't do Nancy
Why
anymore.
do I care?
Now, I'm going to let Mr. Reber answer that question in just a moment, but first, I want to make a distinction between the navigation system that Nancy Grace is referring to here and the 2015 Hyundai Elantra did indeed come with GPS, but only as part of the upgraded infotainment package.
Yeah, there we go. The upgraded package.
This package added a 7-inch touchscreen to the center dash, which includes Bluetooth functionality as well as a navigation and GPS capabilities. Unfortunately, this was not offered as a standard equipment at any trim level. It needed to be added when the vehicle was purchased new.
Right.
So that, of course, means if Brian Kober was driving a...
Right. So we'll be looking up the VIN number tonight, because that's what I thought I heard this whole time, that he didn't have that upgraded package that did offer. This was a long time ago, everybody. This was back in late winter, early spring. So we'll definitely check it out. Here's the link to the video if you want to watch it in its entirety. And it says right there, it's in an upgraded package. So we got the VIN number. We will definitely be going into that in the beginning of the show tonight. Definitely go hit the notification for that. And we'll be live at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. We'll be going into our part 2. Fresh notes, old notes. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But we'll have the VIN number for tonight. And we'll go through it, so not a problem. Definitely needs answered, right? Definitely needs answered, so we'll go ahead and show that at the beginning. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you hanging out for this daytime true crime episode. Definitely some graphic stuff, some just I can't believe the shit in Delphi in the defense. It's disgusting. It's not right. It's about the victims. All of it is, even these shows. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. We will see you tonight, tomorrow night, every single day. You know how it is. I'm going to be dropping Silky's link in chat at the end. Definitely come hang out with us in the morning tomorrow, talking paranormal. Appreciate you. See you tonight, everybody. Thank you.